Alright, welcome on in everyone. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever it is, they're your time. Brian, hey, Skaven man. Welcome on in, Shadow, and Brandon. Whoever else is on out there, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a bit of a one-off here, so what we're going to do is we will be kind of showcasing the Nagash Lord of the Undead mod here, where we're going to be playing as the Legions of Nagashazar, while we wait for Nagash to be properly added to the vanilla base game here. Finally has been ported on over from Game 2, and actually I never actually got a chance to try out the Game 2 mod. I've seen both the Great Book of Grudges videos, the original one back on Game 2, and then this one as well. So I am happy to jump on in and try this one on out. I'm pretty much entirely blind as it comes to the Undead Legions. I've played up to the first battle, completed the first battle just to make sure there are no huge major performance issues. I had a couple crashes trying to get this started on up, so if we have any of those, what I'll just do is hit the be right back screen and we will jump right back in, try to get things going as fast as we can. So without further ado here, for Nagash himself, his starting army, once we get into the campaign, I'll go through his entire kind of roster. There's several units that were added on in with the addition of the Legions of Nagashazar. So kind of starting off here, we've got the Bone Golems, which are going to be a monstrous infantry. They're armored and shielded, have a charge defense versus all, and are a defender unit. Got a good bit of health, and not all that much armor though. Even though it says armor and shielded, they've got 15, which is misleading. They've got a hefty weapon strength of 90 with some bonus versus infantry, but they are more for the holding a line. They're a very defensive unit there. Cause fear. They have a pretty good charge reflection, or they have a charge reflection, which will balance any enemy's attacks right back against them. Good stuff. We'll get to see them on the maps. These are an awesome looking unit. So we've got the Nagashazar Guard, which are kind of his version of the Tomb Guard. They look almost identical to the Tomb Guard. They look a little bit different, and I think they have slightly modified stats to the Tomb King's variant. We've also got some Skeleton Reapers, which are a Scythe infantry. They are incredible looking out on the battlefield. These guys are my very favorite Tier 1 infantry. I cannot wait until we get Nagash in the main game. Hey Tristan, welcome on in. We might have some roster bloat. Just a little bit. We get a couple new spirit units, some kind of chaff to drag some guys down, and since he does get access to all of the different undead rosters, he has quite a few units to kind of pull from there. He doesn't get all of the units from every roster, so we will have a good deal of fun. For the Skeletal Reapers, they actually do run around with scythes, and they are quite deadly. For Tier 1 infantry with kind of chaff level stats, they fight quite well for themselves. We've got our Fellbats, which are Fellbats. Skeleton Warriors, which are going to be exactly identical to the Tomb Kings. Spearmen as well. And then the Bone Thrower, which, while not the most exciting, it's a ballista that throws bones. It's got the multi-shot ammunition too, so it has both a bonus versus large and a bonus versus infantry shot version. Doesn't quite have as much range as your normal ballista because it is made of bones. That would make sense. Lucky it fires as far as it does. And my day was quite good, Tristan. How's yours been? For the Undead Legions faction effects, though, we are going to be able to bring undead factions under heal and can elevate certain legendary lords to become mortarchs. And we can actually summon in mortarchs as well that are not really in the game. So there's several custom lords that are going to be playing on this one. Our army capacity is going to be increased by 2 for faction-wide here. He's going to play kind of as a blend of mostly Tomb Kings and Vampire counts, as well as some Horde-style gameplay as well. Nagash is quite a fun faction here. We're going to have an additional 80 relations with vampiric factions and the followers of Nagash, and then 30 less diplomatic relations with all other factions, including the ones that we have a positive with, so that kind of balances out to kind of a plus 50 with everyone across the board there. For Nagash himself, we'll have 2 additional capacity for Bone Golems, a additional 5 to the Undead Horde growth for all of the units in his army, and then a miscast base chance minus 25%, as well as the Curse. Nagash is going to start kind of as a husk version of himself that we have to kind of power up through a quest line. Like I said, I've only really played through the first battle here, so this is going to be a discovery for all of us together. His husk form still is a pretty potent spellcaster, but he's just doesn't quite have this resplendence he does later on. Hey Leonis, welcome in. Hope you were having a fantastic day or night there. So he's going to be starting at Nagashazar himself, or itself. Then for the lore, I am back. In the little description there, it says he's the only one that's allowed to speak in capitals. Upon his dark throne within the impregnable fortress, Nagash, the great necromancy did bide his time. But as the dark gods did stir far away in the twisted lands of the north, a broken, desiccated husk is finally pulled from its deep slumber. Brought into motion by the impending doom of threatening the world, the Supreme Lord of Death rises. Even whilst not yet returned to his full strength, his might cannot be denied, and his power will only grow. Gathering his minions from humble zombies to formidable mortarch, an unstoppable tide of rotten flesh, dried bones, and unbound spirits threaten to engulf mortals and immortals alike. It is not chaos that shall inherit the world, it is death. Nagash is coming. What we are going to do is jump on in and grab the in-game. I'm going to grab the Ultimate Crisis. We're going to take off the Black Pyramid because this just summons in an army on top of the Black Pyramid. Not going to worry about that one, and I don't feel like dealing with the Wild Hunt. The rest of these, though, perfectly fine. We're going to drag the in-game difficulty up to 175. I'm not sure exactly how far we are going to go into this campaign. It'll kind of depend on you all and how much you're enjoying, depending on, or kind of comparatively to the others. Albrick is kind of on the chopping block at the moment for who's going to take a break. Since his got hit with the limited ads with no real reason as to why, we are going to have to kind of, I'd like to kind of pivot and maybe go for Nagash instead. Get a bit of all of the Tomb Kings and everyone else. So lovely, we're going to play on very hard. None of that legendary nonsense. And let's dive on in. Make sure everything is exactly set up as we want. 9 turns. We're going to drop it down to 5 because Nagash would heed not the words of the lesser. Alright, let's get in there. Make sure I've got the right stuff here. Just the Wild Hunt, the Black Pyramid. Everything else, good to go. Oh, Clan Carrion is not erased from existence. You'll get to see. I guess not yet. We shall erase them. And a really good looking art here. Incredible work. Smoke in the air because of the wildfires. Sorry to hear that. Hope you get feeling better, though. I'm hoping those things start dying out soon. Hey, Techie, welcome on in. It's Age of Sigmar. We'll see. We shall see. What their next big project is going to be after Pharaoh, I don't think anyone knows except for hyenas. Because hyenas is a thing. Alright, load bar. Don't fail me now. Alright, and we are on in, so how they play. We'll get right to it. Legions of Nagash's Tsar. So Return of Nagash. Nagash has coalesced back in his fortress, but he needs time to restore himself to full power. To this end, secure the mortarch support, starting with Arkan the Black, and empower the Black Pyramid in Nehekhara. Kind of our first step here is to get over to Nehekhara, secure Arkan the Black and the Black Pyramid. Doing so will trigger an event, which we will not spoil. It's already been spoiled for me since I watched the Great Book of Grudges video, but for the Places of Death, these sites of power are of utmost importance to complete the Great Rituals. There should be certain areas on the map we have to conquer in order to complete, I guess, our Great Ritual of Death. We've got the Dominion of Undeath. Nagash's armies are a mix of mobile hordes and traditional armies. Most settlements are of little value to him. However, within province capitals, you can construct buildings that will provide you with additional caps for units belonging to these cultures. All of the different undead cultures, so they can be risen to join your legions. And then the mortarchs. So Arkan may be a willing servant, but you will need to bind some of the vampire lords back into your service. Once they are subjugated through the technology tree, they will join your forces as legendary lords with their own horde armies and unique features. This is just an absolutely incredibly well-made mod. Almost a full mini-campaign. Can't wait to see more mods. We'll kind of showcase some more as we go forward here. I am actually thinking this will likely become a full stream series just because of how cool and how well done, how cool Nagash is and how well done the mod is on its own here. So next we've got the Legions of Undeath. Nagash and his mortarchs can recruit units into their armies without the need to pay for the recruitment, but he does need to employ some of the dark magics for upkeep. Most units have a limited initial recruitment capacity, which can be increased by constructing additional buildings, either in settlements or hordes. And very lastly, we will use Warpstone to power Nagash's rituals. Gather Warpstone from marked mines around the world. We start off with just the one. Whole lots of things to be concerned with here for the Lord of the Undead. And we start with Thutmose, the White King. Awesome stuff. He is going to be a lore keeper, increasing the Winds of Magic power reserve for his own army, and both per turn and the power reserve capacity. So that'll be very good for empowering Nagash himself on the field. Now, but no one cares about Thutmose here. Nagash himself. So this is him in his husk form. All desiccated and kind of gray-beardy. Later on, though, he becomes the Lord of Undeath after we complete all of his quest items there. So his traits, we've already kind of gone through. His battle effects, he's got 30% cooldown for the Abyssal Swarm, which is kind of one of these. He has his own lore of magic that is becoming with the mod. So he's got, starting off with Rhox, the Abyssal Swarm. And this is a really crazy looking spell. So all of these spells have their own unique ways they work, as well as VFX and things. So these they're really well done, and they look incredible. So they're all also both very expensive and very powerful, you'll notice. So there's one later on here, Sulakim, the Hand of Dust, which is basically Arkan's disintegration spell he uses on several main characters. And in usually 1 or 2 casts, you can delete most heroes or lords, just with this spell here. We've got all sorts of crazy ones. We won't necessarily cover all of them, but you can best believe that all of them are incredible. Arrows of Nagash's are, so he's got all the different range units, including the lads from Sylvanian, other than the Thrall crossbow in this one. So maybe you can get a lot more of them than just you get at least more access to them. Fresh Hunger, so as long as they're rampaging, they heal up. Cool stuff. One Colossus. So he's also going to have the Staff of Power here. I guess this set contains the Mortis Blade, the Crown of Nagash, the Black Armor as well, which will provide the bound spell Ashes and Dust, which is a Cataclysm. The RTS game that takes place in AOS? I think we will. Yes, it looks pretty well made. It looks pretty well made, and from all the trailers, it looks good to me. I'm at least keen to try it on out. Are important for this guy? Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be very few that he considers important. And as we go, we're also going to kind of gain the Books of Nagash. I'm guessing these are going to be unlocked through different quests and things. So Books of Nagash have their own bound spells and attributes that come with them, not similarly to the Tomb Kings, but they've got their own effects there. Lots of awesome stuff. Alright, so let's grab Thutmose and jump him into Nagash's army. Actually, Nagash's army starts damaged. So we'll have to spend a bit of odd dark magics to repair it if we so wish. We'll gain zombies, skeleton warriors, spearmen, and then the bone thrower from the tier 1. That's pretty solid. We'll go ahead and repair that on up. As far as our buildings we have, so there's the Great Halls of Nagash's which is kind of an empowered form of what is already in the base game there. Huzzah. I'm thinking the rogue armies holding certain books are likely in play, and I'm guessing they're probably set up with different armies than in base. At least I hope so. They may not be, and that'd be alright. Reapers up to the Tomb Prince. Also, we can get normal Tomb Guard as well. Interesting. They just don't have the actual anti-infantry, so the Nagash's Guard are a wee bit better. We've got the proper undead chariots. Be business. Kind of all of the Tomb King stuff, and then we'll have also some spirits to work with. Spell Specters and Spirit Hosts. X-Rays, and then Carrion Riders, which are Hex-Rays riding on the backs of Carrion, which are very, very fast. Not bad in melee either. Pretty good at tying down any kind of a little bit more heavily armored, either archers or artillery. Yep, we get access to all of the massive constructs, which is amazing. And even the Bone Giant, as useless as the Bone Giant might be. Can't wait. Alright. Nagash, we'll go ahead and charge you on over towards poor Clan Carrion. They do have a Warlock Master, so he is going to be dropping down lightning like a big old pain. Our poor undead here are going to have struggle a bit against the lightning. We've got 2 units of Nagashes are there. The Skeletal Reapers, a whole bunch of Spearmen, and 2 Fellbats. So, not bad. Let's get on in there and smack Clan Carrion. For inhabiting my home and making it all dusty. Skaven-y. I got 2 Summons of Menace below. That's no problem. We'll just send the Bone Golems on over to punch his weapons team here. These guys always surprise me with the amount of damage they deal, so we're not gonna take any chances at all. They're gonna hit with the Bone Thrower and the Golems at the same time. On in there and smash some rats. Ooh, and it's a choke point battle? You poor fools. We will likely still take some casualties, though, just because of the amount of lightning this man is going to be slinging around. When I play against the Skaven, I will likely not have as much commentary, just so I can try to keep our boys alive here. Land Rats are no problem, Skaven Slaves are no problem, it's just the Warlock Master and these Warp Grinders. So if we can kind of keep everything locked down as need be, we good to go. We will start deployment here. All going to set up on the other side, which is kind of perfect. We can set the Bone Throwers up. Ooh, the similar sounds of the Tomb Kings. Oh, I have missed you. Should be hopefully no problem to fire. We'll scoot them up a little bit more there. I am going to keep them on... I'm lying. We'll switch them right away to the multi-shot mode, and that actually drops enemy speed. That is incredible. Throw these spears here. Just gonna hold down the enemy. I'm gonna have the Reapers, not the Reapers, the normal Skeleton Warriors gonna hang out next to the Bone Throwers there in case the Skaven summon in any friends nearby. Which we know for sure they will. We'll have the Reapers off on the side here. One Nagash is our guard, and then the other kind of in the middle. We'll have the White King, and then old Nagash himself. We'll take a quick look at all the units in but a moment. Not really sure what our Fellbats are going to really do. They're mostly good for chasing off routing units, or maybe we'll keep them next to the Bone Thrower to start here. They can kind of find guys that are straggling. They're really good against archers, and that's it. And they're kind of barely good at that. Get everyone in their groups, and we can dive on down here and take a look at the units. In God mode, and then dive on down. Got the Bone Thrower. Ornate and made out of many skulls there. Oh, this poor lad. Wonder how you get chosen to be the inside. Rather be this ornate skeleton-looking thing if I was forced to be a Bone Thrower. That's for the lame skeletons. You know them, you love them. Skelly Warriors in the colors of Nagash. I do wish the black was a little bit more deep, but wear and tear being what it is. Got our own Golem units, which are awesome looking. Got the kind of gigantic tower shields. Covered in armor, even though they're not very armor plated on the stats sheet there. We just got kind of weapons grafted onto their arms. Really cool looking unit. Who is next? Nagash himself? Absolutely. Nagash in his husk form. Not empowered at all, but still quite a deadly spellcaster. Does not have great melee stats, though, so you'll want to kind of keep him either away from lads or charging in on the flanks at the rear there. We'll definitely want to keep the White King nearby to keep him safe. Next, we have the Skeletal Reapers. Just look incredible. Why we don't already have a scythe-style unit for any of the undead factions, I'm not sure. And do they look good? And then the Nagash is our guard hiding in the grapevines. I'm not sure if the normal Tomb Guard come with capes or not, but if not, that's all you need to have an upgrade there. Otis Residuary comes purely from the capes. Alright, that's all our new units here. We all know what the fell bats look like. They're big bats. And granted, it's a bat the size of a small dog, but it's still a bat. Alright, battle begin. We're going to send the bone golems forward first. I'm going to let you just kind of blast away in the beginning of these rats here. Golems, you go find the warp grinders. Let's get everyone else forward. Come on out. Bit more of the White King and Nagash himself come forward. You guys all move up. Stay next to the buddies there. Wait. That's some good damage. Turns out, launching gigantic skulls at the enemy works out. We've got the Abyssal Swarm here. Scoot forward, we can go ahead and launch that through enemy ranks. And, death to the enemy here. You can't really control where it goes, but you can see it doesn't really matter. Nagash dislikes you greatly. Oh, they're gonna summon in some baddies around Nagash himself. Come on back, friend. Time to start taking some damage from the lightning. Charge you in and break those warp grinders. You go ahead and keep firing on the front group of clan rats. Go ahead and give Nagash some help here. The bats go straight over the top. These skeletal spearmen, come on over. We'll go find a clan rat and give him a hug. Beat this, so I have to keep on lookout for the lightning. Oh no! That's gonna keep happening for sure. You stay back, let the warp grinders continue to do their damage, and then you fight the clan rats. Maybe a bit too late though. You drop your artillery pieces and run. You can drop down a Breath of Darkness and heal up whoever we need to here. Go for... Man, they've got a lot of damage on those bone throwers. We'll wait a moment. We'll kind of use that when things are getting a little bit dicey. Drop down the breath spell once more here. It kind of just does whatever it wants, so let's be a bit careful. Put you guys back a smidge. It just decides to go wherever it wants. Our poor spearmen. That's got stopped cold. We'll send them into the behind these rats here. Oh no, we are losing the bone throwers. Nagash. Oh, rats. Literally. Alright, you guys move on in and try to cut the Warlock Master. You guys pull on back. Man, yeah, I thought they would actually be able to handle the warp grinders, and it turns out I was wrong and we lose our bone throwers too. A little bit of a rough start for Nagash here. Drop the heal down on the bone golems, really don't want to lose them. Just a summon unit. Took out half of one of our skeleton warriors and scored the other. Our lack of leadership here really started hurting. Get in there, boys. We can lose the bats too, and they're going nowhere. Putting up a pretty good fight there, Clan Carrion. Luckily, the bone throwers do come from the tier 1 settlements. They're easy to replace. Alright, go ahead and pull the White King away from the enemy. Get you closer to Nagash so they're actually getting some help from your leadership. Tomb King's leadership, really not great. Bring you boys in to help chop it on that Warlock Master. He got a bit of armor, he does. Poor bats. I'm scared they will just break from trying to chase off the enemy there. We'll bring the bone golems on through. Have them help out. Hey, Khamar, welcome on in. We are removing Clan Carrion currently from Nagash's ours from the premises. Although we've taken quite a bit of casualties for it. Lost our artillery team. I'm real surprised you cannot duel with a Warlock Master. Nagash can come on around. We'll go ahead and drop down the heals on, I think, those here. Costs a lot, but it heals him quite a bit. Going back in. Warlock Master can't keep up. You can't keep up. Our poor bats here. Their leadership is really struggling. Don't want to lose the Reapers. Anyone who's fighting that Warlock Master is feeling the wrath. There we go, we win. Well, let's hope the Reapers recover. There we go, perfect. I will try to do some healing here. And fighting the rats as always. You always take casualties. You stay here and keep kind of ripping apart these clan rats here. We can try to get as many casualties captured on it as we can. Those warp grinders. Gosh, you're gonna get up enough magic for us to heal. 17 is a lot. Hit a 4 stack on turn 30. Well, let's hope they don't do that to us here. We are slowly losing the Skeletal Reapers and nothing has even happened to them. What is happening to you poor boys here? Our leadership is really pathetic. 13. 20 across the board. Okay, maybe let's go ahead and end the battle so we don't lose our Skeletal Reapers then. Oof. Tough first win. Even though it definitely shouldn't have been. You're talking about Kaleda or over with Cetra? They're common. So we know who we need to keep an eye out for. I'm glad we don't have to deal with any more menace below. Oof. Rest in peace, Bone Thrower. I should have kept the Scythe wielders nearby. That would have been a little bit better. Or maybe just one of the Nagash's our guard. Cetra. Oh man, he zoomed on over to decap you from there then. We'll keep it in mind. I do know absolutely no one likes Nagash, so we'll have to play a very defensive game here. And I'm going to likely do lots of quick savings so we don't lose our progress, as it seems to be a bit on the unstable side for me. I had quite a few crashes. Wind testing. Alright, well we will take our losses there. We lose the Bone Thrower. Can humiliate the captives. Oh, they won't just die or be tortured. There is no such thing as an honorable defeat against Nagash. Nagash's pettiness doesn't stop at defeating a foe. Enough, I guess. Let's go ahead and we can humiliate them for some more magic. We'll take the return for the extra treasury. Alright, the rats. No more. You have to worry about Imrik in the north. Helheim dwarves for a moment here, so the mission issued Nagash Rising 2, secure the mines, ensure that the following building has been constructed. The Warpstone mines of Cripple Peak. Filthy rats had infiltrated your home to sap out the warp. Oh, do we miss the first one there? Let's go ahead and grab that one first. After being awoken by a foolish, power-hungry mortal, you rose in your ancestral seat of power, Nagashazar. The ancient halls of your stronghold have been despoiled by filthy rats and gravediggers. You made quick work of the skaven that polluted your halls. It's time to crush the remaining vermin as they flee. They murdered my poor Bone Thrower, though. The filthy rats had infiltrated your home to sap out the warpstone they hold so dear for their pointless experiments. Well, it's time to dig deeper and find another vein. For 1,000 treasury. We need to grab the warpstone mine of Cripple Peak. 1,000 treasury for that one. Perfect. I think we definitely want to start off with the mortuary house for growth and corruption, as well as a bit more horde growth there. So Nagash himself is also going to have his horde building panel, which is incredible. Nice little grip of buildings, including the Nagash retinue, giving him access to his kind of signature units there, the Nagash guard and the halberd version. Awesome, awesome stuff. Sand crawlers. See, I want these guys just to get based on the name. Just more Tomb Kings units, please. Get pretty much everything on in here. The mortuary house would give us more replenishment rate and corruption. The load of bones would just give us some more income. Go for the mortuary house. I'm gonna move forward a little bit more here because we are still in Nagashazar. Then, oh, we can't actually do any building. Interesting. We have to have enough movement to be in a camp stance. That will have to make keep in mind. I think we'll also then Wild Cairn. We get us access to some spirit hosts, up to eventually the Banshee. Mortis engine. I think we want to try out the spirit hosts, as many of the new units as we can get. We can get a Traitor King, a Master Necromancer, or a Vampire Lord. Alright. They probably have some really cool gash-only style abilities here. I think it'd be a good idea to grab likely a Vampire Lord. Third book. It's got bound healing spells. That's pretty awesome. Soul Stealer. As above, so below, so you can summon a unit of fell basses that do not degrade. Look up. Reaping summons in some skeletal reapers that also do not degrade. All of these lords have great traits. Such a refreshing experience. Pointless. True, there is nothing pointless about war crimes. You're absolutely fair. We want to grab another lord, though, to move with Nagash to keep him safe. Should we make it a Traitor King, a Necromancer, or a Vampire? I'm kind of keen on Vampire Lord, although we already have a White King. Would be interesting to see what the Tomb Kings get different. These guys will eventually get a Kymrian War Sphinx, so pretty nasty. I mean, the knowledge of the third book seems way worse than the knowledge of the fifth book here. Resistance, Arcane Conduit as a passive, and then the Bound Soul Stealer, which deals damage to foes and heals allies. Sure. Hey, Space Toast, welcome on in. It sure is the mod that was re-released. Playing as Nagash. And a Vulcan, fire worshipping rats. Yeah, there are some of the... Is Vulcan a major or minor clan? But there are some of the kind of other Skaven clans that have some pretty neat niches. Even Clan Vertkin, which is kind of one of the newer mods that looks kind of a good bit of fun. We should have probably raised some dead before that battle, and I'm sure you all have I'm currently facepalming. Would have given us a nice bit of extra troops to sacrifice to the rats there, and we wouldn't have lost our bone golem, or our bone thrower. Oh well. Got a bit of learning to do. Let's go ahead and grab the archers for sure. The bats have not been useful. Let's grab these zombies. Some swords, and we have more than enough spears for now. That'll do. We could recruit a hero or a lord right directly on top of Nagash. I think it would be a good idea to grab Servant to Read. A lot more post-battle loot, 50% more on. Added all of the minor Skaven clans except for Vulcan. Oh, cool. If you've got that mod, go ahead and pop that thing in the comments. So that way we can kind of keep we have the link forever. It's easy to pull back up. I'm happy to have a couple streams where we kind of showcase some of the minor Skaven clans. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab none of these guys for now. We'll wait at least a turn before summoning in another friend for Nagash to roll around with. As fun as that may or may not sound. We'll go ahead and grab not the mod tool here, camera settings. Sort it up. Good old beginning of campaign. Cool if there was a setting to allow you to set defaults, but such is the way. Alright, we've got everything all set up and is situated. Into our technology tree, you have the ritual page here, which is going to be requiring certain buildings. These we will be getting for probably won't be getting for a while here. And it says the location will be attacked as soon as you complete it. We get these lads here who are the Burning Dead. Scorched Bones, that sounds great. Morgheim. Lamius. The different areas you are able to siphon, giving you some nice buffs and making people really not like you. Beginning of the end, all important locations are going to be attacked. And the final step, all petty squabbles for death knows no jealousy. Plus 10 capacity for all of your armies. 40% drop to that upkeep. And then the end basically happens. Required for victory. And the mortarch page. So as we complete Nagash Rising 5, we are able to start actually working on some of the others. So these are all mission locked. We've got Arkan, Luther, Manfred, Krell. So Krell gets to be a full lord then. Cool. Neferata. And Vlad. Of course, these are also going to have the extra Arkai and the other cool things that are rolling around as well. Some really, really terrifying units that are be in the late game here. The Morghast are pretty terrifying as well. Sweet. Let's come on into diplomacy then. I betcha Arkan would like to make some deals. Oh, he doesn't know we exist. Everyone else is going to dislike us, so we are going to be fighting some lads off. Looks like Clan Carrion is also still hanging out at the desolation of Nagash. That doom is upon them. Indeed, I will have to admit to not knowing enough about Nagash to know why Quintex would be one of the places we're siphoning. If you do know, feel free to tell the tale. Weave yourself a legend. Alright, Nagash, let's get you moving. I'm gonna go into in-camp stance. Come on up. I think we should be able to build no matter where we're at, so we're going to go over here to Z's position. We're going to summon in some more lads with the raised dead, and then we'll come on into Nagash's buildings themselves here. Getting in the dire wolves would be real great. Skaven aren't really fielding all that many range units at the moment, so let's go ahead and grab in the mortuary house. And get some more corruption and undead growth and replenishment rate. All the goodies there. We can get multiple. Business. So then, more armies. Okay. What we're gonna do then is grab the defiled Cairn. So I can get spirit hosts wherever I want. We can just keep building stuff. That's the best. The fact that we don't have to do that with growth is incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the load of bones as well, just for the income. Gash's Ark can go up to the next tier. Warpstone Mines of Cripple Peak. Warpstone Mines beneath Nagash's Czar form a huge honeycomb of galleries and mine shafts patrolled by untiring sentries from Nagash's undead legions. It's a pretty nasty garrison, and then a low chance of generating warpstone per turn. Sweet business. Gonna recruit in some sand crawlers too. Once we claim the desolation of Nagash, we'll have some awesome units to start recruiting on in. Molder's Menagerie mod is pretty good if you are a fan of Clan Molder. Yeah, I think the only issue that I had with the Molder's Menagerie is you have the Storm Vermin. Or not the Storm Vermin, the ones that have like the cannons on their arms. Which they just kind of end the game once you get them, which to be fair is what happens with the Gash too, but... Okay, we'll come on in and in the turn. I'm not gonna pay upkeep for any of these guys that I don't have to. True, but I quite like playing Molder as well. He was one of my favorites as far as our campaigns themselves. But he has been an absolute pain in our campaigns as far as up till now. So maintain 20 R units in total with your home secured and the warp stone production back on track. There's only one thing left to do. Gather what remains, or what remnants of a legion you can muster underfoot and undercroft. Sweet, 9,000. Let's keep moving towards the desolation of Nagash. We really can't move very far. I guess slow and steady. Let's keep moving. I will upgrade the horde building where we can there, and as long as Nagash's art doesn't have anything too nice to secure here. Grab the defense building. We're definitely going to be real cheeky, though, and grab the Charnel Plaza. And then see about bringing in some Spirit Hosts. What can we summon in from the dead? Nothing too exciting. Grab me. They're fully armor-piercing. They're ethereal. What do they got? They don't do a lot of damage, and they have grasping hands. They slow fools down. I mean, I just want 2 of these guys, then. They cost quite a bit. Through Global, we could grab some Bone Golems and Sand Crawlers. We will get to them once we secure the Desolation. Don't really want to wait for 2 turns. Then we can raise in these other 2 here. I think we'll go... We've got plenty of front line. I'm actually going to go for the bats. That way we've got some mobility. Oh man, how bad is our leadership? 30. Oh wow, that's abysmal. They basically take a little bit of damage and they fizzle on away. Very hard is being brutal on us. Which... we expected. We'll go ahead and grab these Grave Walkers here. Double our income. Awesome. Skill points for Nagash. Oh, we can already grab the other books. I mean... we just grab the 8th book now? This gives us a lot of extra post-battle loot. I think we do. 8 new Skaven clans, huh? That's pretty awesome. Do really enjoy the Skaven. Fighting against them is my absolute least favorite, though. We're going to grab the 8th book of Nagash, because that sounds amazing. Then we're going to go grab that ancillary and shove it right on in. Perfect. We've got the Malediction. It's a passive that just drops everyone's vigor. 20%. Alright. If you say so. I'd kind of like to give that over to our White King, though. Is that allowed? No. Only Nagash can wield that. Fair enough. Giving us more post-battle loot, though. That's gonna be great. Alright, let's save our Dark Magics a little bit there. If anything, we're gonna want to grab this Skeletal Garrison very soon. Just in case Imrik tries anything funny. Alright, that'll be another turn then. We're up to 20 next turn, right? Absolutely. Onward. Just avoid those killer rocks. Oh yeah, that was a nightmare. If you land on certain walls with flying units, they just sometimes explode. Kind of like spontaneous combustion, but much more deadly. Oh, just issued Nagash Rising 4. So finalize foothold. We need to capture and occupy the desolation of Nagash. The legions rise, fresh yet ancient. Bloody this battalion by sending them against the nearby Skaven. Oh, I'm on it, don't you worry. Alright, 1,000 more treasury. So let's move over to the desolation. We can summon in a lord to help out once we're there. Hehehe. Prepare for doom, Skaven. Oh, you haven't recovered at all. I mean, they've got Skullpite here, the wizard, which is gonna blastificate me with all sorts of lightning. Let's circle up. Bring in the goons. Can we give the old battle shout of musterification? I want a Vampire Lord. Someone who can actually hold their own in a fight and heal up. Primal Rage. That's incredible. We're going to grab the Servant to Greed, though, just for the extra magic drop chance and post-battle loot by 50%. As well as 50% drop and upkeep. Sold. Welcome, Carouse.
What do you want?
It's almost seeming like you want to be named Kevin. With the mod that turns Queek into a Space Marine. That's not even a campaign, that's just Queek drop-kicking everyone out into orbit. So I've seen what you're talking about there. Milk and Cookies Total War had a video on it. At least that's where I saw the goodies. We're gonna go ahead and grab archers, spearmen, and some zombies. Get him an army as well. Now onward to battle. And that's not fair at all, is it? Decisive victory, Skullpate, say, hang on now. Where'd he come from? That's a good question. Yeah, as soon as I did notice, it was sad. Our poor Taurus. It's happened on my own just while playing different campaigns here and there. Legendary Lords, I'll give the order to go try and charge onto the enemy, and they land on the walls, and then they disappear. Like a magic trick. The one that makes you sad. Alright then. Let's get they're just hiding in the back corner, huddling. Why them, they ask. Because Nagash dislikes you. You left your gross magazines all over the castle. Set the boys up. We're going to do skeleton swordsman in the center. Very expendable units, not as expendable as our zombos. In fact, swordsman over to the side. We'll have the zombos in the middle. Spirit hosts out front. Those guys look cool. Look at them. Oh, yeah. So from how I understand, these guys are mostly used as kind of an armor-piercing, ethereal tar pit. They're very good at their job, though. Slowing the enemy down for a moment. Not much leadership. I'm guessing we get more leadership as we kind of empower Nagash. For now, we kind of have to deal with him not having as strong of a grip on his forces here. Archers. Let's go ahead and set up the guard. Bone golems, reavers. And we've just got boys all over the place pretty much. There we are. All of the infantry. Pretty much everyone. Archers. And then I'll just gotta have you guys together here. That works. I have definitely seen the one that gives it the World War One. I think it's the World War One planes and zeppelins and things, battle zeppelins. Pretty interesting looking. It's another one where you're just gonna stomp everyone out, but it would be interesting to play. I will grant you that. Oh, look at him move. Well-made unit there. Freaky looking. Not sure entirely what I'm looking at. We get the skaven all kind of pressed in on one side, so they're easier to hit with our super random breath spell here. Randomly forward-moving pack of wolves. It is not forward-moving at all. It goes wherever it wants. 1,000 per unit. We'll run. For what mod there? The Great War mod? Would surround and destroy that unit there. Luckily they don't have any warp bombs. Foolish Skaven. Look away, Skaven man. Sorry you have to see this. Well, I would argue that Clan Carrion has one of the better color schemes for Skaven. Kind of neon red. I'm gonna bring the archers all the way over. They are likely to get jumped by lightning here as soon as the enemy has access to it. He still took so much damage. Where'd that happen? Spirit host? Rude. Hold them the wrong way. Everyone move over to help out. They got away easily. Oh, don't run. Your time is now, fools. That deals with their 2 summons. Bring the zombos back out front. Kill his warriors there. He's kind of behind. And Nagash is our guard behind them. Oh, they're at Manatee. Thank you. I can appreciate that one. Heals on... Really, no one needs it yet. We'll wait. Look at the bone golems up front to protect our archers. Get that whole unit kind of moving up the side there. Reinforcements have arrived. Welcome. Harus, which I'm really either wanting to name either Kevin or Kronk. Why is his name Kronk? Because. Kind of a big, dumb, bonky vampire sounds amusing to me. Over, we'll have these zombies going to take a position. Position where it'll go by with base, or hopefully y'all can't hear that. We're gonna keep going like it's not happening. Archers move in together here. Bring the other spearmen up the other side here, the zombies up front with them. Hello? Then you guys get together in this center, and we'll send you both after the Master Warlock at the same time. A lot of setup here. For probably a pretty quick battle. Get the Batman back together. These poor Skaven. The Zeppelin is 5,000. Man. That's a lot for upkeep. So maybe you aren't running people over as much, then you have to really, really pay for your units. Outnumbered most of the battle you're going to be. Over. We'll grab this unit here. I'm going to take the spirit hosts out. Yeah, they were right under the window. Sorry if you can hear that, lads. As soon as the vampire's over here, I'm going to send them both over. We got the Invocation of the Nekhtep, which is a bit of a cheaper heal spell. We can drop this on... Who's taking the most damage here, if anyone? These skeletal spearmen have. Give it to them. Lovely. Alright, Vampire and White King. Your target is there. And we're just going to give these other guys the all-attack forward order. Spirit hosts go bog down those spearmen. Bats handling the Skaven slave slings. The gash, as you get a bit closer, we can drop down some really mean spells. Oh wow, they just obliterated the Skaven slaves. Alright, we'll keep going then, don't stop now. Oh man, that's some damage. ahead and hit them as one group there. Go ahead and launch out the murder wolves. Alright, fair enough. Lightning does not like them so much. You can drop down an invocation though and keep healed up. The bats descend. You guys come on through. Go after the Warlock Master. Ignore everyone else. Oh, they're not doing what their job is at all, huh? You guys, yeah, everyone come on over to these other slings here. Spirit Host. Come on through. Really forgot about the Bone Daddy. We'll go ahead and have you drop down the Macabre Dance on friend there. Oh yeah, no, we just need more Spirit Hosts. Nothing else. Replace the bats immediately. There you go, Nagash. Actually, your magic is so dangerous, I don't trust it. Let's pull the triple bats away from the fight. Oh, never mind, they're stuck. Oh, Nagash, if we lose the bats, so be it. Let's go ahead and throw down some good old Wolves of Doom. Actual combat of Nagash in there. Well, I don't want to lose any of my bats. You guys get in there and do some damage. Or pull away, better yet. Spirit Hosts, nothing really seems to hurt you much, so come on through and deal with these archers. That'll be lovely. You keep trying to heal up our bats so we don't lose too many of them there. Are they the ones that need healing? No. But we're going to all the same. Here goes a bit bogged down. We didn't even bring our archers up. Get you guys over here so you can fire into the flank. Healthy bats. We lost one of the units of bats. Sad day. That's fine. Cobb Dance on the Reapers, if you will. Oh yeah, I would flee. Oh no, he came back just in time to blast our boys with lightning. The humanity. Let's go deal with it. Just the sheer. What is going on here? There's a bunch of skulls dancing around. I'm sure that's something Nagash has going on. Trying to locate Nagash's abilities here. Oh, it's the malediction. Definitely. He gets to cast one more spell before he goes. That's going to be a win for us. Sweet. No real reason to keep chasing these boys off. We'll go ahead into battle. Gronk the Himbo Vampire. Listen, I agree. I have an idea for Koresh. I have not, but I hope they're being sneaky with their claims that Koresh and Ind are likely not coming. I'm more excited. I would be more excited for the Tigermen of Ind than Koresh, but both of these so cool. More race packs. And Yin Yin is another mod that I would like to kind of take a look at. I adore Cathay, so any new units or lords for Cathay, we will definitely be playing with. We've luckily I've stayed away from Cathay for now. We've already played both through Miao Ying and Zhao, even though Zhao's campaign was lost to the warp long ago. Just destroying armies. Oh, don't you worry, Common. Unless you've already played through here. I guess he's not supposed to be good in melee at the start. Unless you have unlocked his final form, does he get much, much stronger in melee, or is he still kind of wimpy? Good way Skullbite here falls. Good bit of treasury. And a wad of jet. Oh, what well-made settlement option icons here. These are incredible looking. tough call. Well, we're just going to probably go ahead and loot and occupy for the 11% replenishment. Maybe the next mod could be the Jade-Blooded Vampires. Could add that Orc Cheerleader. I don't know if we'll add the Orc Cheerleader mod, but the Jade-Blooded Vampires sounds like one that I'm interested in. Sure. It'll be a bit of a different version of Cathay. Alright, so Port 5 now. We need to move any character to Qatar. Your power grows evermore with the reconquest of your desolation and the marching of your legion. A missive is sent from your way from a familiar face. Arkan the Black, your most loyal servant. He's just on the other side of the world's edge, having sensed your power. There is a tunnel system that will take you to him, and the legions can march on the Black Pyramid. Also, there's a tunnel system. I'm guessing that's this thing here. That's going to unlock the technology, the Arkan. Sweet. Well, then we may send our White King on out. This is the dark passage that goes from Desolation of Nagash to Qatar. Oh, Clan Vulcan's still alive?
Let the bell scream, scream.
Love to see it. Clan Vulcan usually is wiped out immediately. One of the coolest looking Skaven icons, too.
My bloodline calls.
Bloodline. Also, your normal lords that are not mortarchs are not going to have the horde buildings. They're just going to be kind of typical generic legendary lords there. Or just not legendary, generic lords. It makes sense why these spirit hosts cost so much after watching them obliterate through enemy lines there. Because we have access to so many bone golems, I'm going to go ahead and trade some units off of Nagash.
This better be important.
Well, they can actually exchange from there. I'm very surprised. We're going to grab these archers, and I'm going to give him the zombos, one of the units of spearmen, and then some bats. Just to make some space. Nagash can grab... Oh, interesting. Why can he not recruit from normal, like Karus can? He's in Broken Teeth and he can grab the bone golems. And some sand crawlers. Which I definitely think we want to try. Oh, we didn't scroll down. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and grab some bone golems. They cost 0. And then a bone thrower to replace what we lost. Let me go for 2 of these guys here, and then some sand crawlers too. Oh, I just realized how many turns it's going to take. It's going to take forever. Alright, we'll just grab the sand crawlers then to start. Let's think. Take 2 turns to get the bone golems in either way. Let's grab the sand crawlers through global, because they are free to recruit. We'll grab the bone golem through the broken teeth, just 1. And then Nagash himself. I mean, the Reapers cost as much as the Spirit Host. Will they do as much damage? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and grab 200, 200. We can likely afford 1 more Spirit Host. Then we may have Karus here hand back his bats. Or his zombies. We'll have him hand back his bats.
I assent.
We can't reach this time.
What do you want?
It was Nagash that could reach. That's just fine. Sure, I don't want to grab the Bitter Bay. I do, for sure. But I think we could send Thutmose on through and at least discover Arkan there. Get some trade working. And start a research towards unlocking Arkan as a mortarch. Unless you think that would be too dangerous for us. Let's first, though, grab the point into training and then the, I guess, point into spread control for now. Just get our passives running on out. We get all of the passive bonuses for Nagash as well. These let you kind of specialize towards other armies, so the Ratmen have interloped too often, they die. Gives you more leadership and melee attack for Skaven. And Athema Chaotica gives you more melee attack and ward save against the demons. Not the Warriors of Chaos, interestingly enough. And then the Despotic Domination is melee attack and weapon strength when fighting against Tomb Kings. I think the one we're going to go for is the Inevitable Death, though. Just because it gives you just kind of a flat buff against everyone. 4 of each is, while not an incredibly overwhelming buff, it's just kind of a nice base bit of damage there. I am going to not grab these other books because I'm pretty sure only the Mortarchs and Nagash himself can hold them. So what we are going to do is go ahead and grab one of his other skills here. Soul Stealer, Breath of Darkness. Dark Rider summons a unit of Black Knights. Alright. And the Grave Call summons 2 units of zombies and Crypt Ghouls for 13. You sure about that? 12 for the Knights. Alright, Chad, I'll leave it to you. Reese the Grave Call for 2 zombies and a unit of Crypt Ghouls. Or Arkan, the Dark Riders, for a unit of Knights. Both do great over time, but one gives us 3 units, the other one gives us a unit of Knights. For the Nagash questline, it's a hard one. Well, in that case, we may want to kind of sit back and build up a bit. Aaaaand for Brian here. That's 1 vote for Aaaaand. 12 mana for a unit of Black Knights sounds a bit goofy. I'm not going to complain, though. Knight says everyone. Fair enough. A resounding... Yeah, that armor belongs to Nagash there, buddy. Hands off. Alright, sweet business. Go ahead and repair the... So it is going to still be an outpost. Okay, so Undead Ruins. Once a thriving settlement of living, breathing creatures. Now a little more than magic scorched cold ruins where the dead roam and march. Not a bad garrison, though. Build in a Warpstone load. Warpstone is Nagash's most valuable resource. Gives you 2 capacity for glowing ghouls and a chance of generating Warpstone. Sweet. Yeah, none of these other matter. We're going to go for the Warpstone one. Get out of here, and we grab the Warpstone mine. Let's also grab the Decrepit Catacombs, and then we can also afford the garrison. Beautiful. Then all the gold we have then for now. Okay, so that's what we do with the Warpstone. We'll use it for our rights. We've got Dominion over Death, Divinity, Winds, or Life. Well, that's a lot of upkeep production. Good grief. The whole world gains 20 Vampiric Corruption. Okay. Recharges ability Endless Tomb if unlocked, Apocalyptic Swarm if unlocked, Wrath of the Dead unlocked. Well, you can just add walls to a settlement. Oh, sweet. Oh, faction-wide. Huh. How does that work? So every single building then has walls? Which one gives the most summons? Listen, Space Toast. Whichever one gives us knights, apparently, is what chat is here for. Oh, we're out of gold. And since we haven't met Arkan...
Clan war.
Oh, Clan Vulcan. He's a clan war.
This
Silver Host? Wait, they're still alive. Neferata's chief rival here. What is this now? So if we spend 10 Warpstone... Make the target undead faction a vassal. Oh. So it's like the forced vassalization that Slaanesh gets. But it's seemingly easier to unlock as long as you're very lucky with your Warpstone. Yeah, Count Ewald, welcome back into the fold.
Yes.
Very, very eager there. Love to hear it. And Clan Vulcan too. Skaven Man, we'll say this is your clan here. Drab the Corrupted.
Now
So we'll leave them be, unless they're owning lands that have to do with undeath, in which case they will be purged.
What is what?
You want to bring Nagash tribute, so be it. As benefits Be'lakor. Yeah, I was gonna say that slightly Be'lakor looking. Riots are deliberately designed to be OP. Those ones, yeah, these ones are looking pretty crazy. We just have to get Nagash to rank. Oh, they all have different ones. So rank 35 for the Dominion over Death. So these you will take a while before you actually unlock them. I think this campaign definitely needs to keep going. There's just so much to look at and do.
I will alone.
All right, we'll make sure you have. Never mind, we cannot recruit anyone in. That's just fine. Turn it is. Ooh, Common is looking to be the chief warlock. Alright, we've got some more spirit hosts on in. We make even more money. Love to see it. So Nagash is going to be bringing in the sand crawlers in a turn here. I think if lastly we're going to be grabbing anything, it'll probably just be more spirit hosts. So one more of the Host of the Undead, and just to kind of round things out, we'll grab one more Skeletal Reaper. I'm weird and like my units to be even. Alright, Karus, I'm going to leave you. Well, I guess we'll have you come on back with, so. Goodies. Channeling's not a bad call just to get our magic up to as high as we can. You come on back through. You can summon in for yourself some bats and some skelly warriors. We'll upgrade the funerary district. We have to keep in mind, though, that is dropping our upkeep by 20%, so our income is only as good as it is because everyone is in this province. We definitely need to move on over here and claim the Bitter Bay, and then watch out for Imrik. Hopefully he finds himself an enemy before he comes after us.
Comical.
Oh, interesting.
You now realize this.
An unlikely ally with the pompous Imrik. We strip the flesh from his bones. Lovely.
No.
Okay, well, trade soon shall be a thing with the Silver Host, but in the meantime here, I am going to go ahead and grab Thutmose, send him on out through the Dark Passage to Qatar, and meet up with... Nagash, are you good? No, we just need Thutmose. There we go. And you go on through the rift. Traverse. Down here to Qatar then. Yoink. Capture and occupy the Black Pyramid. Your legions grow with your trusted servant at your side. He has prepared for you a ritual of ascension to bring you back your most powerful form. But it must be enacted within the Black Pyramid. March onward and destroy your formal guardians. Burn rabid. What is this? It unlocks the technology. Arkan. The mortarch. We finally can go ahead and grab our first technology part here. So in one turn, this just summons in Arkan the Black in Qatar. Okay. Yes, please. I guess the White King is going to join up with Arkan in his quest over here in Qatar. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, come on down. I figure we can make friends with Numas, but I bet since they are Tomb Kings, they dislike us greatly. We did just ruin their, we were, I guess, in the past, ruin their entire countryside. 3 armies in play before turn 100. Stab before you that happens. Oh man, we got some good old-fashioned skaven politics going on in the... Love to see it. Nagash, you jump back into the desolation, good sir. Maybe we have actually squeeze him on out. Hopefully he's not broken in any way, shape, or form. I think in the meantime, if we can make more gold, we should. Sad green text. Summons don't get faction or lord bonuses, so I'd go for quantity over quality. Fair enough? Fair enough. Listen, I understand and I respect that line of thinking. Now, though, we've got knights. Those that gotta wrestle you jimmies. If not, you got something wrong with you. Let's go ahead and grab... I think we will grab the Decrepit Catacombs. It costs one of our... Oh, because he's out of the desolation, things are funky. Hopefully Kevin didn't... His name's not Kevin here, but I'm gonna... Every single time we have a secondary White King here, or a secondary First Lord, hopefully Thutmose here didn't ruin our campaign to start. Be a bit sad.
This night.
We spend all the gold I'm willing to do. Turn. We'll see just how strong. I'm thinking that Arkan will likely spawn in with an army, but we'll see. Be very useful. Otherwise, if he spawns in at Qatar with no army, it's gonna be a bit dangerous. All right, Arkan will always serve Nagash, always. So one more capacity and a drop to our research rate. Oh, we get the Shade Haunts. Cool. Walk through the dark sepulchral forest and the woodlands of the world, and you'll hear the wails of the disembodied spirits that haunt these locations. I mean, if we must. Oh, he's got Zephyr the Tomb Blade. Oh, he just starts with the Tomb Blade of Arkan? Why not? Mortarch of Sacrament. Falling Curse. I'm hoping he has some different abilities. Right Hand of Nagash. Devastating Flanker for Nekharan Chariots. Devastating Flanker sounds good. This is what they need anyway. Onslaught of Sylvania. Dark Legions of Nekharan, the Rotten Enforcers, or the Vengeance of Nagash Czar. Man. We will definitely be theming up armies too. Skaven World in a nutshell. Make their own version of Space Marines. I think they definitely would. Not even could, I think they definitely would. They would reverse engineer Space Marines for sure. Right, that hurts our income a bit there. We may want to kick out our Vampire Lords, sadly. Yes, we do have 3 Lords before the turn ends, but I guess next we just go after Qatar. Problem is, King Nekhtep is right here. Arkan is just rolling with kind of a typical army. Would give him... Oh, they cost a bit more than I'm willing to spend there. Well, I guess we could just bring him back through the Dark Passage and help out on the other side there. King Nekhtep, I'm thinking we'll have... Well... Will he have something that can handle a Tomb Scorpion? I don't know. Let's, in the meantime, go into a raiding stance.
From them, Arkan comes.
Arkan's army should be small enough that he's not really concerned about it. We will grab... Control drop. Charge bonus and physical resistance. The resistance is probably a good one to grab. Spirit Leech, definitely to try to snipe out the enemy Tomb King Lords. Life Leeching as well. Let's grab the extra movement. Horde Growth is probably the way to go there. Instead, we're just going to grab the secondary point to Spirit Leech, so that way we can be slinging out the goodies way more often. We're going to drag down the enemy Tomb Kings as fast as we can, just hit that leadership. I think you have to go into encamp to build any of these buildings. Tempted, just so we can grab the extra income. It pays for itself pretty quick. Name the Rat Kings. And Vulcan? Perhaps. We'll go ahead and leave that off for now. Let's go ahead and jump over. So is Arkan's faction just gone now? It didn't say that it was, so maybe they just kind of yoinked Arkan out, and a new kind of generic lord has taken over. In the meantime, I am going to likely delete most of your troops here. Felbass are the most expensive. Yeah, all of the Skelly Warriors. We're just going to keep this a bunch of vampires. Tomb King's troops can go with actual Tomb King's units. Don't feel like paying for all of them. Nagash himself, though. Not build any of these buildings. We'll just kind of jump into March. Sprint through to get over here to the Bitter Bay as fast as we can. Have Karus roll with him.
Strike out.
Sweet. I don't mind losing 400 gold. That's not nearly as bad. And then in Arkan's, instead of raiding, which would gain us a little bit, let's go ahead and just jump into the Horde building panel and grab the load of bones for that small amount of income generated. I'll go for the mortuary house as well. We have just barely enough. If I really need to, I can just kick out these the zombies with the vampire.
I hunt.
No problem.
What?
As far as next, we could go for the right hand of Arkan, or battle reinforcement time reduction, and then reinforcement range increase. Arkan the Black's existence serves only one purpose: to uplift his Dark Master's ambitions. I mean, should we just go for bestow the Archai first here? More Aghast Archai will spawn near the mortarch, or where the mortarch is spawned. It just gives him some winged death angels. I mean, sold? Can you use the search bar for factions? Well, let's find out. And as I completely blank on factions, plan doesn't look like it. You could use it for... Oh wait, yeah you can. You have to switch over there. Yes, you absolutely can. Whichever clan you'd like. Helhein's up here. Moor's over here, and Vulcan. So yeah, we absolutely can. Underway in Age of Sigmar could have the Skaven be anywhere, so seeing Skaven in 40k wouldn't take much work from Games Workshop. Yeah, and I think they actually have a Skaven-esque style faction that's already kind of in universe. They've just kind of disappeared them for a bit. See if we can yoink any gold out of our nearby neighbors here. Clan Moors as well, huh? Well, if I can keep them off our backs, I don't mind.
Do not bore me, thing.
You better relax.
For my trophy rack. Good, good.
We will get kick punted into orbit. Manfred's sitting over there as well. Don't quite have enough good relations with Manfred yet to be taking his lands from him, but we'll get there. And once Arkan is able to actually recruit some more soldiers, we'll really be good to go. But in the meantime, we're not going to make King Nekhtep any angrier. He should be fighting etc. Oh, really?
And I am his follower.
I wonder if they don't start a war in this version. Alright, that'll be the turn then. They said this game will be too OP in a 40k. Actually, that is very fair. They would be almost stronger than the Tyranids, simply due to the fact that they would be able to infest entire planets, even more so than the Greenskins already do. Clan Helheim has been wiped out, which means Imrik will likely be turning his ire to us, and I'm actually not thrilled by that at all. Thutmose, you go ahead and join Arkan. Would like to hit Gar with some magic foolery. I think we do have to get rid of this other army here for now. Sorry, Karus, you didn't even get up to tier 1, but you just cost a bit too much. 250 is more than I'm willing to spend. Nagash works alone. We'll get over to work with Arkan here in a moment, though. It is tough to move around in this area. It's almost dangerous to secure the Bitter Bay over here. Almost. Alright, we keep moving.
I hunt.
Nothing much else to do with that. And yeah, no, Arkan. We'll go ahead and have you join up with Arkan there. And then have you both just kind of snooch on away. We could likely defeat Qatar, but I don't know what King Nekhtep bow is fielding. So you know what? We're gonna go ahead and roll the dice. Let's be aggressive with it. Qatar belongs to Arkan now. Yeah, they're not at war with anyone else, are they?
You have relics that belong to me.
We do have to be a little bit concerned for Cetra. But I think this will be quite fun. Let's go ahead and attack Qatar. Otherwise, sitting over here and doing nothing with Arkan sounds incredibly boring. Or it is.
Attack.
Close victory. You get the Realm of Souls who shout me to summon on in, so we'll have to keep that in mind. No main lord there. Is our leadership still abysmal? I mean, there's 35 as well, so... I mean, we just all suffer, really, from having pretty low leadership. Thank goodness for Doom Scorpions, then. Let's get in there. Oh, you don't know the word snooch there, Space Toast. When you're trying to sneak, but you're sneaking so sneakily that you're now snooching instead of sneaking. It comes from Jesse Cox and the boys. If you ever watch any of his videos, it's not my own. I can't claim credit. I just liked it so much I stole it. All right, we will set up over here on this hill. We have proper chariots instead of the over here. Chariots. Got our Bad Bun Guard. Skellies. And then the guard to watch for any nonsense with his summons. You guys all together here. Just make sure the chariots at the very end. Here we go. Bunch of nonsense later. Doom Scorpion up top here, and battle begin. They actually have some archers, but we're unafraid. Scoot over so we can fight them out on the open field and not have to worry about the trees at all here. Our chariots do not have Strider. Arkan, what kind of spells are you rolling with? Dread Knight and Spirit Leech. Oh, well, Spirit Leech isn't great. We can use it to come over here and just kind of bop whatever his main unit is. You look at our units as they move on over across the field here. Or Nagashes are with halberds. Do not have shields as their Khemri brethren would. Yeah, but that armor looks awesome though. Shoulder pauldrons and whatnot. You know when you love them. Good old Dark Souls skeletons. Here to ruin your day. So you just have bound spells as well, so let's go ahead and throw on in the Spirit Leech on Octum here, since they're not going to... Not even going to try to shoot arrows at Arkan. An interesting strategy. See how it pays off for them. Bring the Scorpion through. You guys to the other side of this rock here. Should be able to get in there. Leech actually doing pretty good damage. We'll go ahead and have Arkan charge on into the Skelly Archers. We can drop down the Unholy Communion and the Tomb Blade as well. Get a unit of 200 Skeleton Warriors. Pretty good.
For my master. Curse them.
Let the rest of these guys come on over once they set up. Sweet, so as they try to run from Arkan, Tomb Blade activates and we can chase them on back. Then the Unholy Communion rips apart anything getting close. Spirit Leech on the main Papa. Oh, I guess we gotta wait. Unholy Communion now. Arkan, come on away. Make an aspect of the Dread Knight, these Skelly Warriors. You're giving them a bit more leadership. As if it really matters. It pretty much immediately started crumbling. You guys move on in, we'll start marching up the hill here. Alright, you go back through your troops, drop down another Spirit Leech on fuck them here. It's such an unfortunate name. Scorpion is going to do real bad things to the archer. You go ahead and charge onto these warriors here. We will be fighting up a hill, which is a wee bit sad. We'll make it work though. Chariots, come on in. We'll drop down the goodies once Chariots arrive. The one that gives us a bit more physical resistance, that is. Alright, they're here. And activate. Wouldn't give them the order so they smash all the way through the line. At least they hopefully should. Oh, they stopped a bit. Low mass on the chariots really hurts them. Scorpion's got them. Gun behind. Beautiful. That should really limit casualties here. Set back up.
Tremble before Arkan.
Spirit Leech on the Lord there. Actually, he's taking a lot of damage from just some good old-fashioned archers, interestingly enough.
Vengeance for Nagash.
Okay, so the ones that got caught in are causing some problems for us. Just get away a bit, we can come on back and charge once they're a smidge away from the confines of safety. Tomb Blade, you guys turn around and deal with the Skelly Spearmen. Through. Alright, that's where they're summoning the Ushabti, so let's go ahead and escape that point then. Chariots not there too well, but as long as we get them away, they don't lose too much leadership, they won't crumble. And we'll drop down the Spirit Leech of the Zahakar Warriors once more. We'll come on away. Union as well. At least I thought that's what they were summoning their Ushabti in. Turns out maybe not. We've got that. Chariot and Scorpion combo, more than enough. There's the enemy, Ushabti. Bring the Nagash's our guard in to fight them. Hopefully the enemy just goes ahead and leaves due to leadership. Perfect. Textbook victory there. Would the Skaven join the greater good? Absolutely not. If the greater good served them, they would. Oh yeah, the bone wheels. The Dark Souls bone wheels. What a menace. Luckily, the Skaven fight amongst themselves so much in the underway that they don't pose as much of a threat. Man, it's really concerning that this tomb's Scorpion took as much damage as it did just from normal archers. Very hard difficulty, kicking on in there. Oh, the Mechanicus would get... Just saw that the thing what they would do with all the tech from the Mechanicus. Yeah, the Mechanicus would get 100% all of their stuff stolen from them. Alright, we only lost 59 in the battle there. And the Skeleton Warriors took the brunt of that. Perfect. We will go ahead and I think just claim this as is there. 8% replenishment would be very nice, but not having to pay for repairing the city also sounds good. Or now belongs to us. We just need to move on back over and claim Numas. We get access to all the pyramids too. Sweet. That's good to see. So all of the pyramids are going to be important areas for us. Or at least should be. Roll Blast for Arkan.
Nagash, Khamar.
And Qatar, we can... Oh, it's already built up. The Undead Ruins. So we have kind of a poultry crew there. I'm glad to see the Bone Golems and the Cairn Rays, though, no matter what. That'll help out with the defense. We're going to be playing defense for a little bit here with Arkan.
You are not him.
In fact, I am him. Excuse me? In fact, sir, I am him. Darkness, probably not what we want. I think that's for... Oh, this said for all armies. Lord's army is a little less extreme. Let's just grab the Soul Blight then, for the kind of large area debuff. Dropping armor by 30 is really pretty solid for 8 magic. Beautiful. So he actually already has the Tomb Blade. And then we would get the Staff of Spirits at rank 8. We just gain it. No battle needed. We can kind of gain just barely enough here, so let's grab maybe just some more zombos here. They're real cheap. Just grab 3 more. Like you all were saying earlier, quality or quantity over quality for the undead. We'll have Nagash's Ark keep moving on over towards Bitter Bay. The slow and steady conquering of our first province here. He does not move very far. Hello, Manfred.
Greetings. Thou stand before
Greetings.
the rightful elector.
You can just hush up. We'll bring you into the army very soon, don't you worry. Dune Kingdom's down there as well. Love to see all the undead minor factions still alive for the start here.
Resurrection.
It won't last long. Ooh, not what I wanted to do. In fact, we grab more heroes. Gunnery White.
All shall fear.
Meantime, though, we can maybe grab another not archer. Those guys are very expensive. So are all the Skelly Warriors, too. We'll just wait for next turn and see if we can grab some more zombies. Sounds way cheaper. Alright, that's the turn. Slow start here for Nagash, but I'm thinking we're going to get into some proper action soon. Hopefully not with Imrik, though. You stay over there, bud. We've got Beastmen raids in Qatar, so the herds of chaos are active. The Beastmen emerge from the forests or the desert dunes and raid your more isolated settlements, bringing ruin and taking captives. We just claimed this settlement. Buildings are damaged, and Thutmose is now upon a botted skeletal steed. Good business. Well, Nagash, you're almost there. We'll go into channeling then, move to here, and hopefully we can then move to The funny thing is there's not even going to be a battle at Bitter Bay. It will simply be a claiming. What's the Bone Gold give us? Cool, so extra 3 additional Lord Recruit rank. Not bad. Not bad at all. We are still waiting on gold to recover, but once we do get up to the tier 3 settlement, we can just recruit in Nagash as our guard here. Tier higher, we get the glowing ghouls and the Morghasts. Finally, the Morghast Archi. I can't wait. Alright, Arkan. Looks like the Tomb Kings are disappearing. What we're going to do with you, then, is play aggressive defense and jump into an ambush. They're trapped. Not yet, they're not. Soon. TM. We'll grab Blade Master. Oh no, no zombies yet. We have, what's the chance? 35% chance. We'll wait for the zombies, just because I don't want to pay the upkeep for our skeleton boys here. At the very least, we can get up to the Shade Haunts. Try it. And that's a lot more melee attack than the normal ones. Heavy with death. Weakness to fire damage, plus 80%. Huh. Alright, well, Qatar's damage, we'll go ahead and repair that. Oh, Qatar is also not a warpstone mine, it's the pyramid, so it's still an outpost. It just also has the pyramid there. That is quite interesting. So those don't count as major places, though. They're just places we're siphoning power from. And that's pretty cool in and of itself. Slowly and surely we'll have 10 warpstone, and then we're subjugating Arkan right away, or Manfred.
Priest King of greatest dynasty.
According to the Great Book of Grudges, once you can vassalize a faction, and then once you turn them into a mortarch, they still get yoinked out of the faction, and you grab them on in and get to use them for yourself. In fact, I'm going to take him out of this stance. I want to make sure we do make it to the Bone Bitter Bay next turn, so I'm going to go into March. This could be dangerous because if Imrik's nearby, we can get jumped. He does not like us.
Your attempts to
He still hasn't found any new wars yet, which is interesting because the Chorfs are right up here.
This.
Go fight Drazhoath, fool. Skaven in the Game of Thrones would be cool. Skaven in the Game of Thrones would be cool. They would win. But actually having the Skaven in place of the White Walkers would be cool. I would agree. They would have to be the world-ending threat, though, instead of said zombies. Otherwise, the people of Westeros would get drop-kicked. Warpstone best spice additive. Makes things extra peppery. Ulfrin, Bitter Bay does not belong to you. You should leave before you find yourself desiccated. Yeah, this is mine. It's going to bankrupt me, but this is mine. Move along there, peasant. Poor Nagash is only rank 4. Let's go ahead and grab... I do want both summoning spells here, so we're going to grab Reese the Grave Call as well. And then we can start actually upgrading the use as well. Because mana, they're expensive, and we can make them quite a bit less. Ogre mercenaries. Apparently they also are willing to be paid in Undeath. They are not picky. Man, our income is looking suspect. Highly so. Alright, King Nekhtep is in. What have you done, fool?
My master.
The mortarchs are on you. I am tempted to go for the doggos.
Is it hot?
We're gonna go for the bats because they're cheaper. We can afford both units of bats. We can go over the top and shut down his archers. For our income, we'll gain a bit more from fighting Nekhtep here. You trespass on our lands there, bozo. Got some tomb. He has some tomb swarms, so the incantation of Geheb is active. Tomb swarm's gonna be unfortunate. We'll want to spread our troops out to start here, because otherwise we'll take a lot of extra damage for no reason. But this will be a good old-fashioned contest of who has the better horde. I am going to jump up and go grab some more coffee and have a quick restroom break. Go ahead and jump up, grab yourself some snacks, and we'll meet back in a few minutes. Alright, thanks for waiting, everyone. We are back. I've got myself a lovely can of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, which is pretty much the only acceptable alternate flavor of Mountain Dew. Hold music plays. I need to get myself some hold music. We'll have to see. I had a couple songs I was using for the intro, but I decided they were a bit too obnoxious to be playing on repeat, so we just kept it with the game volume. Ah, you're having some cheese. Hopefully sprinkled with some warpstone. Let's go ahead and kneecap King Nekhtep bow here. Add it to our collection. Alright, bud. I mean, he's got a lot of chaff. Most dangerous units are definitely the archers and the tomb guard there, besides himself. Perfect. And you notice we have a little bit of a larger than usual crowd hanging on out, so welcome on in, everyone. I'm certainly glad to have you. Go ahead and start deployment, and we'll get things going. 2 minutes before reinforcements. I think we do want to set up and wait. As boring as that might be, it's also quite clever. Have the Fellbats up front, hopefully attracting the ire of those tomb swarms. Same thing with the zomboys. Set them on up. Right, perfect. Chariots are also going to be really useful. I'm going to have them over on the more open plains, though. Scorpion up here in case anyone tries to get a little bit spicy. Evan also being on the Barded Warhorse now is going to make things quite a bit easier. You know what, we might as well just go ahead and name you Kevin very soon here. Thutmose, calling you, there's no reason to name you what you're not. Let's get this battle started. Clearly there's something wrong with me. I'll have the bats with chariots and the single entities together here. Perfect. They're going to go ahead and set up. I'm going to have Arkan and his white actually move a little ways apart from one another so they're not all getting blasted by said spells. The most we can limit the enemy's efficiency, the better. Arkan, we can just go ahead and blast the said scroll of blast the enemy here. Tomb Guarder in the back line. Let's see if we can just explode this unit of Nehekar warriors just for the sake of it. Go get him. And while he's over here, we can cause some problems with Soul Leech too, or Spear Leech. The Skaven going to Resident Evil. I mean, they would. But the people in those worlds already have enough problems than having to deal with a Skaven invasion. Wishing harm on other worlds. Boys moved up to the obelisk. Surely it provides us some form of protection. What does all resolve say? Pyrrhic? Extremely, yep. It did indeed say Pyrrhic. Bring the chariots on over so they can actually help out. You need to get real close to hit him with a Scroll of Blast. Alright, now Spirit Leech on Doofus here. Dodge as many of those arrows as we can. Perfect. Dodge what you can there, Arkan. That's a good way to waste your arrows, fool.
Onwards, minions. Charge. Obey.
I don't see any of their tomb swarms going down just yet. I think because thankfully we have everyone all moved out apart just enough. Alright, here come reinforcements. So let's set up spearmen on this front. Swordsmen alongside them, archers behind. Bone Golem holding, we'll have them crunch a flank. Oh, that's where they decided to throw down the Doom Swarm. Very, very intelligent. Oh, well, just go ahead and try that again then. Spirit Leech on Nekhtep. I'm just gonna keep harassing him with good old fashioned Spirit Leech spells. You want to use your goodies on. I mean, it did a lot of damage. Pretty good usage. I am unafraid, though. Alright, let's go ahead and drop down the extra strong skeletons on these archers in the back line here.
Onwards, minions.
Kind of shoot the gap here first, though. Hello. Summon them on in.
Very well.
And then when they try to move to engage, we drop down to the Tomb Swarm. Sweet. We can drop down the Spirit Leech as well. And then drop the armor of everything in this area. I realized we didn't get the Unholy Communion. We'll drop it just a second after their armor is dropped. And now.
They shall perish.
This is how you get damage in. Foolish AI. Watch and learn. We'll bring the Karen Rays around. We'll start moving everyone forward now. Move in to help Arkan. Surround. It looks like Arkan is doing just fine for himself. We'll go ahead and sneak out this direction, have them turn around.
Obey.
Another Spirit Leech for Nekhtep. Looks like he is lacking in the color purple. I had to give him some more. Multiverse having to deal with a skaven is just a funny idea. I guess that's fair enough. Keep them going on through. We'll have these two units go jump the Skelly Archers. You guys can work together on these Spearmen. In fact, we'll come on back around and do the same. Oh, my poor bats. Come back for a moment here. You guys charge on in there, zombies. The White King can hit wherever the zombies have already gone through. Alright. Not exactly going to plan here. Let's get them away from the Spearmen. We can charge them back around. Another Spirit Leech needs to go down on the King there. Doom Scorpion, if you can kind of stay nearby. Run them down. That will be lovely. They can work together on that just fine. You guys can do the same. They are going to try to brace, so we'll go ahead and pull them around. The bats, we will want to come on out. We need some help. Zombies are struggling. Karen Raids, get on in there, start chopping them up. Help out where you can. Arkan and his Finest need some support, so we'll go ahead and send the bats over the top. But they're trying to keep their bats safe, or at least their archers safe. We'll exploit that real quick. As soon as that activates, we can give the bats a bit more resistance as well, allowing them to outlast their foolish opponents there. Alright, Kevin, come on away. Oh, Scorpion, we need you in here. Nagash needs to get away from the enemy Tomb Guard there. We can drop down the Soul Blight just to help out. Awesome. Alright. Get the chariots moving on away and the bats out of combat. They are struggling pretty hard. Archers keep firing on over here. We'd have these chariots actually smashed into these archers, just finish them off. Looks like that's where the shop here going to summon in. Let's pull these guys away, let the rest of them fight. Chariots, where y'all at? Come on through. Bats, let's run just a smidge further away there. We can have the Bone Golem come on in and try to clobber King Nekhtep. Chariots, come on through. We'll have you hit the back of these spearmen here. They're kind of stuck. Didn't manage to escape. We'll summon in some skeletons and let them charge in. Bats go over the top, work together. Oh, we lost the, Never mind, I thought we did. Get on the way. Good old terrible eyesight. Chariots away from the fight just for a smidge. Make sure you're breaking that Tomb King. We will overcast the soul. Oh, we won't. We'll just go ahead and drop armor the old-fashioned way. Back into the fray. These chariots moving over here towards Arkan so we don't lose them. Or at least standing next to the White King there. They're gonna stay, maybe.
Take the block.
Yeah, we need Arkan out of the fight.
As it should.
We're gonna lose our chariots, so we might as well charge them in once more here. For the greater good, we'll go ahead and throw down the resistance and try to get Arkan out of that. Defeating Nekhtep will at least allow us to turn around. If we manage to win, though.
As you command.
Come on. Arkan pull on away. Tomb Scorpion, you do the same. Let's see if we can get you out of the fray. That way we can get you back into the fray. Utilizing all of that extra charge bonus here. Arkan, get on back in there. We'll definitely need your Spirit Leech to finish off the enemy Tomb King. Lord there. You guys help out with these bats. Or these spearmen. We've got them. It's just finishing off this last group here.
Animus.
Keep weakening these guys here. As long as we have enough for the enemy Tomb King, we should be good. Go on away. Our poor bats are about to get rear charged by spearmen. Alright, we got him for army losses. Perfect. Ooh, a tough fight, but we pulled through. And they managed to give us a Pyrrhic. Oh, we did lose most of our troops, though. Skelly chariots are gone. Both, or at least one of the warriors is gone. Thankfully, all very replenishable. I realize he's all the problems in Resident Evil are caused by their humans. Fair, but imagine adding the Skaven in. See, the Flood aren't allowed to have any warp stone. It's in the deep laws. The dead rise again. Oh, do they now? We get back. What do we get back? Just these guys that weren't actually fighting for us? That's just fine. We'll go ahead and tough call. I think we'll go ahead and return these captives for the treasury. He's in March stance, so no one's actually going to be returned. And now we have the Revenants of Morcane. Ancient bones of long vanquished wights, possessed and puppeteered by malicious spirits who are older still. And now he's got his staff. Created by the Arc Necromancer, the staff harnesses the dark magic from deep within the accursed Black Pyramid. 10% additional research rate. Yes, please.
Open the liber mortis.
Alright, I think we probably want to quickly move to crush Numas. Only issue is we don't want to get run up on by 4 armies of Khemri, as Common was saying. Let's come on back into Qatar for now, and perhaps try to recruit on in some more troops. Or maybe just grab some guys through Global. We lost our chariots, which we could replace with the bone golems. Or just get a couple bone throwers ourselves. Start launching some artillery back at the enemy there. I know for a fact the spirit hosts are good. Let's go ahead and grab 2 of them and kind of just hold it there. If we get some more zombies through the raised dead, that's what we'll fill our ranks with, and we'll have the spirit hosts be charging in on flanks there. It'll be kind of our heavily armor-piercing flanking unit. Too close indeed. Gonna get into the anime weeds. Oh, the ghouls. The ghouls in Tokyo Ghoul. I actually haven't seen enough of Tokyo Ghoul to know. I will admit that that's one I've not watched very much of. For Arkan, we will go ahead and grab the Passage to the Soul Realm to get that trickle of experience. And in Thutmose, we're going to do kind of the same thing here. Training. Although he is going to be named right away to Kevin. Undead Lord. Perfect. And then for Qatar, how much is it to put in the Pyramid of King Far? 6,000? Quite expensive. But with Bitter Bay reclaimed, we can go ahead and settle in some undead ruins and get a floating dead. This would provide 2 bloated corpses in the garrison. That's actually pretty cool. Gives us some income as well. Okay, well, we could save a bit of gold for the Nagash retinue, which I think would be a good call. Let's grab the Domain of the Dead next. We might be in a fight with the elves very, very soon, which is, I would say, a wee bit concerning. Their archers are going to spray all sorts of havoc into our pretty lightly armored troops here. In the meantime, since we don't have Kevin, we should probably grab one of these ROR units. The Remnants of Morkane are a bit interesting. 36 armor piercing. They are wraith-like. Possessed beings seem to be lacking material form, so 40% resistance. Oh, 28% more damage. Yeah, let's grab the wraiths of Morkane. Oh, come on in there. Nagash, this is Nagash themed army. I cannot wait to try out these sand crawlers. We may fight with Imrik just because.
There is a place for you on the tip of my starlands.
There's a place for you in our skeletal legions.
What?
Yeah, how much warp stone are we rolling with now? Just the 5? Fair enough. Let's go ahead and pass out our commandment to the Broken Teeth. So we have the Master of Puppets, so leadership while defending, melee defense while defending. Soul Harvest, more income. Tempest of Death, and then the Chains of Life. Let's see. Let's go for the Tempest of Death then, so we can move a little bit faster. More income is great too, but getting Nagash around is really what we need to do, and I think we will start fighting. Man, fighting with Imrik would be great, but we really need Nagash to get back through to go claim the Black Pyramid. We can bring Arkan back to defend Nagash's Tsar. Tough call. We'll, in the meantime, though, grab the Tempest of Death. And in the turn. What do I have the most bonuses towards? Skeletons or zombies? You mean faction-wide? Guess we'll have to find out. I think we have a pretty good spread, depending on the lord we pick. I was mostly grabbing zombies there because they are so much cheaper on the upkeep. They're 23 as opposed to 70. So I can field 3 or 4 of them instead of just the 1. Was kind of my idea. He ignored our trespassing warning. No, he didn't. He ran. What would the Fortress of Orag give us? Power of the Bloody Tooth. Was the first of the Ghoul Kings, and his ruined tower reeks with vampiric magic. Upkeep reduction 15% for crypt ghouls and horrors, and then 10% weapon strength for crypt ghouls and horrors. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm tempted to declare war on Imrik and then set up it into an ambush. Try to catch Allfrin flat-footed. Problem is, I don't really want to get caught fighting Imrik, so what we will do instead is do what I initially said we'll do, is we'll move Nagash through in Uber March stance, so move as fast as you can here, and we'll have Arkan come back through the Dark Passage to defend Nagash's Zara itself, and let Nagash actually come on out and conquer his pyramid. Hopefully we can keep Imrik off our back long enough. If he declares war, we'll have to switch our tactics pretty fast. I'm going to leave the zombies in the pool, so we're not paying for them. But we know they're there, so we'll grab them next turn. Beautiful.
Ready.
Ooh, trading with the Drakenhof Conclave. Don't mind if I do.
Welcome to my realm, mortal.
I'm not sure who you think you're talking to.
Yes. I hunt, thou darest.
Looks good to me. No more kind of quick heals to be made. So in the meantime, we end the turn. No one bothered to sweep it. Now you see we're dredging them out of the ocean, and we're throwing them at the baddies. Listen, I would take some Jawas. Your little taser guns would definitely come in handy here. Drakenhof Conclave has fallen. Sigmar. Well, Manfred doesn't make it. Hopefully we can resurrect him as a mortarch, no problem, but we'll have to see. 4 more turns before our first Morghast comes on in, which is great. Let's come on over here and see about taking down Numas. Let's go all the way to the edge. King Nekhtep is recruiting up new forces. We will go into ambush stance then. I'm going to grab both of these zombos and we'll keep on moving. Keep on moving. 6,000 for that one. We're at 5 positive. Alright, Nagash. Quickly. Man, moving through the mountains here is slow going.
Huh? You dare?
No deals to be made. We might want to send some gold over to Imrik to keep him from fighting us, but
Face me on the
hoping he would choose a new
if you have the courage.
target soon. But I'm thinking we're likely to get declared on if we lose too much. Probably the only thing keeping him back right now is the fact that we've got a bit of strength under our belt here. If he chooses to move on us, we will have no chance to respond over here at the Bitter Bay. That's the only concern I've got. Alright, we'll go ahead and move on through. Got building upgrades we had. Over with Arkan, I will pass. Boulder is just taking different creatures from the multiverse, experimenting with them, and making ensemble monsters. They definitely would be. Pretty much any world that has big beasties, they would be snatching and grabbing. It's like, Citra doesn't like us. I will shatter your bones. Wait, we can subjugate him? Well, we know who we're going to be targeting then. Hey, go ahead and declare war on me. Enjoy it while it lasts. See how many armies he has. We need Nagash over there now. Imrik is still staying back. I think we have a nice allegiance of, or alliance of evil. Mission issued. Skulls screaming. Recruit a siege engine. No. Right, well, King Nekhtep is going to sit there and recruit.
Forbid this.
Zeal, coward.
Resurrection.
Well, we're going to stay right here on our side of the
forbidden.
Yeah, the bridge there. I think we should be able to handle that, no problem. Especially if I stay focused on the enemy lord and actually keep hitting him with the spirit leeches this time. None of these are worth grabbing. Getting some crypt ghouls to recruit in really wouldn't be that bad of an idea. And we can destroy the building later on. But Pyramid for King Far, I think, is going to be... We'll just worry about that, not the other. We're up to 7. And we definitely will not be subjugating etc. just because we will not be gaining this Place of Death. I'm guessing to actually have this, we have to secure it, not by vassalage. So, claim them the old-fashioned way we shall.
Darkness comes.
Hopefully the Legion of Asgore starts a fight with Imrik. Normally that's how that plays out, but with Nagash being so disliked by everyone, we'll have to find out, won't we? Swing on in here and get the turn. Would Clan Scryer do if they got their hands on some Metal Gears from Metal Gear Solid? No, thank you. Well, imagine they get their hands on some TIE fighters. Nothing else. Just some TIE fighters. Mormal. Clan Vulcan. Oh, he's ended his non-aggression pact. Skaven man, what are you up to? There's no more trusting of you. See, I wasn't even gonna go as far as the Death Star. That's cheating. Kyber crystals are even stronger than warp crystals in some cases, depending on who's telling the story. Then those midichlorians. Go ahead and send Nagash on through, and we'll do some battle with Cetra. And yoink. Through the Dark Passage. We definitely need to get now Arkan turned around. Ooh, Cetra's come on into... Really, everyone's gonna come on over and march dance, huh? I think we're going to actually grab the ROR unit, fight the battle, and then kick out the other 2 spirit hosts. That way we're not then negative, because they cost 113 each. Oh no, it won't. Yeah, that won't work. We'll have to kick out another unit as well. I think a little bit more would help out against Cetra. Obviously. I guess instead we can just go for a couple more cheap units, and then kick them out when the battle's concluded. 97 negative is not too bad, and we can grab even 2 of these archers. To be honest, that's not crippling. Alright, battle with Cetra then. As long as these 2 Tomb Guard are his only real powerful units here, we should perform alright. We need to make sure we're layering down the Spirit Leeches on his prince, because the White King is not really meant for fighting against the enemy princes. He's for clearing out chaff. You're the leader now. Oh man. Good old-fashioned brawl for the leadership. Alright, well, what we will do... I'm even going to grab a couple more units here. Let's grab just some dire wolves to help maul the back line. I'm going to kick the dire wolves out immediately. So it'll be like they were never recruited. Cetra has... Oh, he's got lots of chariots. That I wasn't expecting. In that case, what we're going to do then use the Spirit Hosts and Tomb Scorpions together to try to break chariots as they charge on in. And then we'll try to layer our archers down on his. Not going to be an easy fight by any means here, but we should have the superior spellcasting. At the very least. Alright. Duel of the Fates. Arkan versus Cetra. Oh, y'all are having Claneshon settle this one, huh? See, it's not going to be a good old warlord battle to the very death for the leadership of Vulcan. Maybe whoever creates the biggest bomb. Alright then. Start deployment, and let's see about tearing apart Cetra's legions here. The zombies are going to just get turned into paste by his chariots. But that's just fine. We're going to kind of clump up a bit more than normal. All of our real mean units behind. Just try to lure his chariots into fights that they really don't want. They are going to actually struggle against the dire wolves as long as we layer on dire wolves and fellbats both. Spirit hosts in behind because they move quickly and can kind of move through the line like they don't exist. Being spirit hosts. Take it back. We want them well out on the flanks. The chariots need to know what their doom, where their doom might lie. See if we can lure them on over with that. Everyone else is pretty well set up though. Group. You guys in guard mode there. Vanguard deployers and single entities. White King and Arkan. We're gonna definitely be a big old nuisance with Arkan, or at least we're gonna try to. Afghan Scryer make bomb. See, that goes against the spirit of the contest. Let's move forward, take this kind of hilly ground here. Arkan, you ride on forward. We can harass Cetra, we probably should. I will try not to overcast the Spirit Leech if we can help it. Well, if you guys want to come on in, we can try to bog them down with troops. Do what we can to waste the ammunition there. Luckily, they've got lots of armor. And a hard time actually doing anything to them. Alright, Arkan, let's go ahead and move in and drop down. He's gonna be way closer, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and overcast the Spirit Leech. We'll throw it down on the Tomb Prince Nebethar there. There we go. And free damage, just come on back now. Stopped him from just shooting my my scorpion for free.
Vengeance for Nagash.
Have them all moving together. If Nebethar wants to come on over, he took a ton of damage from that. The three of them can all work together to bring down these chariots. That should go very well for us. Spirit hosts come on around. We'll bring the guard on in. Push you guys forward while everyone else fights. Spirit hosts, make yourself useful. We'll drop down the extra resistance for everyone coming on in to fight this. Drop the armor and resistance for everyone fighting as well. And get that charge bonus off. Bats, let's go right over the top. Get in on these archers. Oh, they actually got bogged down pretty good there. Awesome to see. We can summon in some friends then. Try to bog down Cetra. Oh, he used that explosion literally the second they showed up. That's pretty impressive. Alright, Spirit Host, let's get you guys on away from there so you can actually not get shucked up by Cetra. Round. Posts. Away. These groups can come on in and try to hit the Tomb Guard there together. His chariots are just kind of able to move around and do whatever they want. Causes us some problems. Spirit Leech on Nebethor. Get rid of him faster. Trying to keep that unit protected. We just lost someone there. Likely one of our zombies. Let's go after the units that don't actually have any shields. Play. Same thing with the bats. Get on out of there. Another Spirit Leech down on Nebethor. Resistances as well for everyone that's fighting. We lost another unit. Come on, Arkan. All got this. Charge on through into these skeletal spearmen and let them do their thing. That, come on down. Chariots may decide they're a perfect unit to be dealing with our archers, but if they don't,
Yes.
even better. Oh, White King, run!
Very well.
Go ahead and drop these two. Oh, we're gonna lose the White King. Rest in peace, Kevin. Finish off Nebethor there. Get the bats away from the fray. Same thing with the doggos. Come on out. Use the spirit post, pull through the line. Yeah, his chariots are actually starting to get some damage. And we shall be losing our Doom Prince here for our White King.
Not a servant.
And we'll soon see, won't we, buddy? We're struggling a bit. Doggos come on through. We're losing the bats as well here, unfortunately.
Tremble before
Arkan is struggling against Cetra. Right, well. You guys work together.
King of Legions.
If we can bring down Cetra, we have a chance. You guys went through. Alright, the Tomb Prince and the King are both down. I'd rather not lose these Nagash as our guard, but I think we're not going to have much of a chance of keeping them in. Cetra has the smallest amount of health left.
Shyish winds gather.
There he goes. Alright, let's pull back and recover just a little bit here. Zombies. Go ahead, just surge forward. We'll let everyone else kind of move around. Interesting. Alright, doggos, move to help. Spirit hosts are taking a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and pull them away. We're going to need them for spray. We may not have enough, just enough to do this one, though. Summon in the extra skeletons here. Let them charge in behind the Tomb Guards. Clean one out of the fray. Drop the armor of everyone in this group here. Get of ourselves some more as well once we're able. Lost the other spirit hosts. They really have decided that they are the unit that needs to go. Alright, wolves, come on in. I will Spirit Leech the skeleton chariots there. We'll have you turn and deal with these skeleton warriors. You outnumber them by quite a bit. Doggos charge on through. Spirit hosts keep being obnoxious. One of our Nagash's, our guard, is going to go the way of the dodo. Increase their leadership. Somehow the shop he caught up with Spirit Host can't have that. We'll bring them away. Luckily, they shouldn't have too hard of a time doing that. You guys stand over there, just keep flinging arrows. It is a fight to the bitter end. Your Legion don't think it's going to be worth it. You guys just keep fleeing. If you can get over to Arkan, you'll get your leadership back. Hold the doggos through. Yeah, they just have too many tools. No Lord. So if this was us, we'd have lost already. Yeah, leadership is really solid.
Arkan the Black. The Lich King.
Do what we can. We kind of keep these guys moving together. We should be doing all right.
At once.
Arkan give us a bit more replenishment or recharge. There we're down to, looks like 11 left. Man. Yeah, I think the leadership on the enemy is what's gonna do it for them. Hopefully we can get to the army losses, but they have so many more than us. They only lost about 800 at the moment.
The Liber Mortis calls.
Well, let's go ahead and pull our elite troops back and call the retreat. We're gonna lose otherwise. So we are gonna have to call the Nagash as our guard, but what we win, what we do get from this, is the ability to summon in more goons. So Arkan all of a sudden is no longer able to escape. Interesting. You stand there then and fight. We might as well keep crashing it a couple more times. Don't leave yet. See how much more damage we can do. We've already lost most of the army. You guys are stupid. We should kill stab the undead thing instead? What do you mean? You better not. We've definitely lost most of our army here at this point, though. You all are not incorrect. I'll leave you guys in as an anvil for a moment then. If I can actually get the Spirit Host to charge back in, that'd be perfect. Drop armor by 30. Go ahead and crash on in. That's another set of chariots gone. Oh, we can't lose the Spirit Host. Come on, pull on through. Your Lord is right there, and somehow you have less leadership than the enemy. We're gonna have to drop this down on the Spirit Host so they don't leave. Arkan, come on through. Might be able to pull this one. Alright, those chariots gone. You two, come on through. We'll leave the archers to kind of... I guess the chariots aren't gone yet. Arkan, no. We'll drop down the tomb guard, or the skeleton guard there.
Not a servant.
And they show up and immediately lose all their leadership. Oh, you get another pop of, do you now? I didn't think that was a thing. Yeah, we're starting to lose our most elites now. So as soon as the Spirit Host go, it'll probably be time to retreat then. Eliminate the enemy's archers, though. I will keep layering on the extra leadership on these guys as much as I can. He's got 2 units of Tomb Guard left. Likely gonna be just a bit too much for us. You go after those archers. Spirit Host slamming on in. Hold it back once more. It's not over till it's over. Oh, the Scorpion went deep in enemy lines. Yeah, okay, it's time. It's time to pull. It's time to pull the units back now. We've lost all kind of ability to use hammer and anvil tactics. Just smash into these skelly archers, and we'll have everyone else kind of flee. Said you guys should easily be able to outrun everyone. We'll just leave the Spirit Host to kind of keep crumping. The only units we have to fight now in an upcoming battle being a Tomb Guard and some Spearmen. Let's go ahead and flee. Live to fight another day. Cetra and his Tomb Prince, however, do not. It's Ragged Pants down. Well, this wasn't a great fight for us. There was always the opportunity that things would go real bad. No, don't crumble, just leave. Oh my. That's such is the way, I guess. Man. Our armies crash against one another and both crumble. I think luckily, though... Oh, never mind, we lost the battle. So if Cetra would have lost, no matter what, all of his troops would have been gone. Man, his leadership, though, was way higher than ours. Even though, let's say, on paper, we've got near the same. You Skaven talking crazies out there. When do you think we are going to get the Vermin Lords added on in? Or do you think we will in Total War Warhammer? I think the Vermin Lords would be incredible. They would definitely be Nagash level powerful. Or I guess at least Exalted Greater Demon. Oh, Kevin comes back. Perfect. We also get back our archers and our bats. That could be much worse. Yeah, the Tomb Guard got plenty of kills, and he has just lots left. Which means we have some work to do. Oh, Arkan is going to flee all the way up to King Nekhtep's. An interesting strategy. Let's come on back over to Qatar then, and we'll just hang on out in the settlement. No one should be able to bother us. At this point, we can even afford our ROR units if we really want to. I am going to maintain... Yeah, we'll just grab the swords. And then maybe one unit of spears. And then we can grab the other ROR unit with the Shade Haunts. Oh, beautiful. All happened for a reason. Melee defense for the host. Melee defense kind of across the board there, huh? Let's go for Indomitable Will. Make sure you've got a bit more leadership on yourself there.
What?
And then for Kevin, Heroic Killing Blows sounds great. That would have definitely helped out in that fight. And then hard to hit, so he is able to withstand his duels with a bit more certainty. So all looks good. Arkan can now, once we get things fixed up here, can we get over? We should have probably recruited up before we fled. We could have easily dealt with Hakaros here. Instead, we're going to have Arkan hang out in Qatar, and we'll bring Nagash on around and have him help out. You should have no problem bringing down Numas. No problem. Sweet. Silver Host would like to give us some trade agreements. Don't mind if I do.
Speak now. Praise your gods. I like what you say. At last.
I'll take your money. They know not that we're Nagash. Not yet. We look a little bit weird. at the moment.
Address me as your highness.
That works. What we'll do is likely claim Numas, and then I don't know if we need to subjugate these guys. If we could subjugate one of the other Tomb King's factions that's nearby, just so we don't have to fight them, and we can kind of get our own armies being thrown against the enemy. Wreck is going to be a problem. Basically, every legendary lord that we would normally be dealing with over here is going to be coming after us, etc. Skarbrand, Volkmar, everyone. Arkan, when he takes damage, or when he loses a battle, he has to repair his buildings. Amusing. We'll go ahead and go after this one first, then. Win the turn. You don't think we're gonna see Vermin Lords? I think it's, man, I think you're right, but I'm gonna be on the side of hope. We'll say 60%. They are a huge, at least I would say they would be a huge pull for the Skaven. Having a greater demon of the Horned One. Alright, Rahotep. You have moved into our territory thinking yourself invincible. What happens if Nagash shows up? See, no one ever thinks about Nagash. Buys and presents. Alright, Rahotep. Prepare your cheeks.
We fight.
Oh, see, that's not fun. Don't run.
Attack these fools.
It's time to fall. It would give us a close victory, losing our bats and our spearmen. That is likely what's going to happen here, but we haven't seen Nagash in a fight in so long, and I want to see what our sandcrawlers are like. Send the Jawas out to the fray. Alright, battle begin. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe in the DLC with Thankful. Well, how do you balance them? How would you balance the greater demons, I would argue, I guess. They're balanced so well that most of them aren't usable. I think they would all have to be lords, very similarly to how your heralds kind of evolve after hitting a certain level. I guess not evolve, they get replaced, but be something along those lines where you'd have a normal Grey Seer and he would get replaced with a Vermin Lord maybe later on, depending on the level. Storm Fiends would be even harder to talk about balance. That's combining a Steam Tank with a Rat Ogre. This is one of the cooler Tomb King's maps. This one was used quite a bit in the more cinematic shots for our Tomb King's cinematic campaign. Oh. Single entity it becomes. Beyond the Veil, making it unstoppable. Or not unstoppable, unspottable. And then the Malevolent Assault, giving it some extra damage. Kind of appearing out of nowhere. Cool. Alright, Arkan and his White King. We'll set up and we wait. Run! Let's see if they charge over here after us, thinking that... Yeah, here they... Oh no, they're just gonna set up and wait. The Kyards. I don't mind. Go ahead and keep replenishing up our magic. Okay, there's the Tomb Swarm. Go ahead and pull everyone out of it. We can, at least. Take some free damage. Rude. Oh, are they trying to use it on these guys when they come on in? That's what they did last time. A little cheeky. Everyone all set up as follows. Here come our reinforcements. Alright, so let's send Arkan's troops off to the side here.
This is well. Your
We'll put him with Nagash. There we go. Pull the bats off to the side. They can kind of run on in and jump the archers when they do arrive. The rest of these spirit hosts and everyone's set up. Reapers on the sides. In fact, let's go ahead and overload one side with the Reaper units. And we'll overload the other side with the Nagash's guard. Whites as well. Archers. Where are you guys going? Well, they were going all the way over there to where I asked them to be. We've got our drained bone golems here as well, and then these sand crawlers on the other side. Alright, infantry, archers, and crawlers and bone golems. My business are going to drop down some scarabs on me. How rude. We will remember this. Bring the spirit host around. Gash moving up here with the squad. He's only on foot for now. Everyone else go all run it over and get set up. Oh, the sand crawlers are like bony Morngulls. That makes sense. Alright, now what say you, Cetra? I'm gonna have all of the spirit host pull off to one side. We'll let Arkan come on over, just drop down the spirit leech on Rahotep. Get that recharge already.
Vengeance for Nagash.
Get the unholy communion for now. Got our Black Knights and the Grave Call as well. Forward. Unto dawn. Now we keep Arkan nearby, dropping down the Spirit Leech on good old Rahotep here.
Yes. Yes.
Run in and jump him. You can have you throw down the heals on the White King Kevin here. Almost back up to full immediately. That's pretty incredible. Okay, they adjust once more there. They've just got to kind of figure out how they would like to fall. As soon as Nagash can heal again, that's going to go straight down on Arkan. Oh, well, as we just increase his cooldowns. Alright, tired army, let's get moving. These guys are kind of like, we're going to use them as war beasts, so... Yeah, skeleton archers, you can go ahead and give him a hug. I don't mind. Let's see about unleashing some of these undead doggos. Go ahead and drop you guys in the center there, giving us a base to drop down the undead doggos. Alright, and then now we go Abyssal Swarm, just through the ranks. Nothing escapes. Lock him and charge him in. Let's have all of the swarm work together on the Hekar warriors. You guys will go after these spearmen here. Jade Haunts, do you go after the spearmen? Ooh, Arkan's taking some damage. Go ahead and pull him out. Let Nagash sub on in. Enemy lords fighting against just some normies. That works for me. Let's send the... Actually, you know what? You can go ahead and hunt him down. Get that head hunting a working. Arkan, we will overcast. Oh, we've got too many things going on. We may break the game.
Tremble before Arkan.
Nagash, drop down your heels on Arkan. Before Nagash, indeed. Extra damage. Go ahead and pull it through the line there. You guys also need another target, so let's go ahead and pull them through. Holy doggos one way. You guys can come on through there, Spirit Host. We'll have you two kind of turn around and actually just keep going. Don't stop. You can drag the enemy forces onto a different spot. Spirit Host, come on through and crump this group. You guys just fire on these fools that are running. Seems like a bad call. Keep leaving. Enemy there is surrounded by quite a few targets. We can have the bone golems come on in too. Bring in the bone daddies. Perfect. That's working out just fine. You guys need to try to pull through said line. Now they're starting to get chopped up by those spearmen. Great Lord's gone. You went and help out with those spearmen there. Drop down the more reinforcements here. So many models on the battlefield. Oh, there's the Ushabti. They've been summoned. So go ahead and give them a hug. Shoot those spearmen moving across the battlefield there. We're going to lose one of our spirit hosts, funnily enough. Not sure what's got them confused, or scared, but they're incredibly worried about their jobs. Pull them on away. No more heals for Nagash. His spells are just a little bit too expensive. Cutting blow. Go ahead and pull yourself on away. Still our spearmen. Not really your forte there. Definitely see how having too many spirits out would cause your computer to have a heart attack if it was not a very high quality one. Which mine is not top tier by any means. I'm betting we're gonna have some troubles later on. Take the win. Finally a decisive victory. We already have Gorich. We'll see, but Gorich... Don't normal Storm Fiends have several different variants, like with cannons and different weapons attached and such? Gorich being... I think Gorich kind of has the same thing too, where he's able to kind of re-equip. There's multiple Goriches. There's multiple iterations of Gorich. But yeah, no, having an Ikit Claw style workshop with having the Storm Fiends in there would be incredible. They would have a lot to outdo, yeah, for a proper DLC. Onto the microphone there, whoops. You're hoping the next DLC for Cathay will have the Monkey King. That is what people are thinking is coming on up next. I personally am hoping for another dragon sibling. Either Yin Yin proper or Li Dai. I don't think we would get Yuan Bo for quite some time. the Jade Dragon being in charge of everything, but I still don't think they would give him, at least add him in until we have something proper. There could be Yuan Bo versus Changeling, kind of marauding as the Monkey King. We didn't lose any units there, which is lovely. And we will go ahead and return them on back. For the gold. Once we conquer the Black Pyramid, we will be able to actually use said Black Pyramid. Alright, Arkan, well, we need to get you back on home to defend. You've got Usirian, the god of the underworld, giving you more missile strength or caskets of souls. We don't have any of those just yet. The Vengeful replaces the curse with the Befalling curse, which is a passive that perhaps also drops Vigor. It also drops Vigor. This would unlock his Curse of Undeath, Martial Prowess, and some of these others here. Probably a good call. Let's go ahead and grab Vengeful. For our actual White King, we'll grab Hard to Hit. Keep moving down the melee defense line. For Nagash, this is a tougher call. All of his skills are so useful. To anyone that's played this mod already, grabbing these books, are these what we pass out to his individual mortarchs, or do these only go to Nagash himself? Boo, dragons. Monkey King, best boy. I mean, if you say so. If you say so. Dragon siblings are my favorite new additions to the game. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and grab the third book of Nagash here, hand that off to Arkan. Well, maybe not the third book. What does the second one give us? Banishment, Light of Sight, and Leadership Aura. As opposed to Stalk and Speed. Well, giving Tomb Scorpion Stalk would be pretty useful. No clue about the books. Let's find out. Well, science. Okay, well, we gained the third book of Nagash. Hopefully it's not just he can pass them off as wanted. Oh, well, put the 8th book back on. And can Arkan... No, he cannot. It can only be equipped by Nagash. So for science, only Nagash can use the books of Nagash. He's not going to give them to his underlings. Fair enough, I guess. Now we know. Skill point wasted. Yeah, now Arkan, you get moving back home. You can keep the Spirit Host with you, but we're going to take Kevin. Bring him over here to Nagash's army. Go ahead and give you perhaps just some Skelly Warriors. You know what? No, you can have some of these Sand Crawlers. They were kind of meh. They'll be very good at kind of hunting down other anti-larceny stock. I guess I could have read all of the items that they had. Alright, Arkan. Let's get you moving. As soon as we can get you home, the better. They're running an attack car, so be it. I have to fight them off. Hopefully the air raids can do so. Back in Nagash's Czar. We just need 3200 to fix that on up. Ooh, can we rifle that from any of our spare drawers here? Ooh, check that out. Well, hello, Silver Host. You're willing to give me your money.
Yes.
Yes.
Ready.
Sniffiest vampire there ever was. Let's come on back over to the Broken Teeth and upgrade Nagash's Czar to the Black Gates. This will allow Arkan to replenish his halberdiers there, which will be great. Oh, he can fix this on his own. Although it only costs 68, so we'll just grab it now. And we shall end the turn. Not a waste for science. Fair enough. I figured if anyone could use them, it would likely be the mortarchs. But that's actually kind of good because you can switch them around, the different books, depending on who you're fighting, although the 8th book seems to be the best one. Just kind of overall. Imrik has a sandstorm kicking up. Oh, but now we've got our first Angel of Death. Bestow the Archive. For all their pledges, mortarchs may need unfailingly loyal eyes watching over them. So this will spawn next to the mortarch or where he was spawned. And we've got the skaven stealing from us once more here. We've got Ashamos, the Morghast. He's a big boy. Kinda stinky. Brother, you're fogging up the camera. He's also a lore keeper, huh? Once forbidden knowledge is acquired, necromancers and vampires will jealously guard it. Apparently with big bone monsters. He is a bonus V large, armor-piercing nightmare, it appears. That also is going to be encouraging. That's going to be great. Heralds of the Accursed One. You've got a passive that increases everyone's attack and resistance. Sold. Ebon Wrought Armor. 32 additional armor, 20 spell resistance, and 20%. And 10% physical. Dying Servitude gives them kind of immortality. We definitely want to make sure we don't get them killed then. Oh, wow. Losing these guys, I think you may be able to recruit them in at some point, but man, losing them would be rough. Gifts of Oblivion. Oh, I thought that was a passive. I was going to say 24 additional melee defense. That's a bit more than a bannerman. Make them a monster in combat, but it seems like they are kind of a banner keeper until they start actually gaining some of these passives. Sweet business. So they kind of power up as they go as well. He looks so cool. Well, I was gonna give you to Nagash, or I mean Arkan, but that would be an absolute waste. We'll do these Skelly Warriors. We're gonna go ahead and pick Zim on out. We'll take the 1 turn to replenish. And then we'll have Nagash kind of hold the line then. We'll have Ashamos for Angel of Death come join Nagash instead of Arkan. Arkan can kind of scoot on home through the dark portal there.
My plan is not ready.
Plan is not ready. Your plan is to go back to Nagash's house. You're in timeout, bud. Cash retinue we cannot quite afford. That's alright. We'll spend the turn replenishing. Then we can attack Nectane Bow next turn. Hidden, is it? Well, we will find out, won't we? For a bit of gold, we could have only 1 ruler, giving us a bit more recruit rank for Trader Kings. Now, let's go for the right hand of Arkan for now. No reason to spend our hard-earned gold. Let's check diplomacy. I don't think we quite have 10 Warpstone just yet, but let's check to see if we have any... Oh, no missions, huh? An outpost would go some corpse carts, which are not terrible. Crypt Horrors would be a good addition to our force, since we have a limited number of bone golems. On back down here and in the turn then. Scarbrand, leave us alone. Hopefully he's fighting against Savage Orcs. He should have plenty of blood to spill up there in the north. It is 12:45. Likely should get some sleep. if you would like to, I won't stop you. Glad you made it on incoming. You have a good rest of the night there if you're easing on out. We will likely continue going until 1 a.m. Central Standard Time there. So for about probably 15 more minutes, get probably one more good battle here against King Nekhtep. Try out our new Morghast Archai, which it looks like they could fly. Oh, absolutely. All right, Numas. That was the time. We'll surround. I'm going to see if I can't raise up anything a little bit better. In fact, we could pick these Skelly Warriors out and just grab some new ones. Sweet. Do the same thing with our Spearmen. Go ahead and merge these two together. Pick this one out. One chevron of his experience doesn't bother me any to lose. Well, I'd kind of rather to have the additional archers, if we're being honest. Very glad we have extra of this to spare here. Ooh, okay, now we come on in and break Numas. Pyrrhic victory. Set up some siege towers. Just don't need them. Is Nagash a siege attacker? He sure is, even though he's just a husk. I think we'll be just fine. Get in there and break King Nekhtep once more. Never lucky. Alright, so the key targets being... Well, if I have to figure out how many... I should have kept target track of how many Tomb Guard there were, but that's alright. We know there's at least one, and we can kind of layer down the hate upon King Nekhtep with Spirit Leeches. Definitely want the Bone Golems leading the charge, crashing through. We can have the Nagash as our guard, taking the walls. Yeah, that sound strategy. And the most weak portions of the Tomb King's walls are always going to be these here, because they have the towers that only one of them is able to fire on you if you're lucky enough, so smash on through. Let's have one of them. They can stalk, so I can actually use them to kind of come on through these gates. Have bone golems. Knock down the walls. Do these guys have anything else to use? Siege attacker is all we really need. Harder to layer up some fire. Spirit host just kind of hang out, at least at the start of the fight. Once we get in, they're going to be a menace. Evidence of Morcane, which we actually didn't get to see, I don't believe, because they were reinforcing previously. Oh, floating Barrow Whites. Another awesome. Such a good job was done on all the units here for the mod. All of the spirit units are most awesome. Thank you for the shouting. I guess they would be banshees. That fort tower is gonna be nasty. Let's keep the Nagash's our guard back a smidge. Skeleton warriors kind of take the brunt of that on the way in. Perfect. The Reapers I'm gonna send behind the Spirit Host. Oh, and he is flying. Look at that. Man. Yeah, I'm sure these guys are going to get plenty of kills for us. Don't have a lot of armor, though, so we'll want to make sure we are avoiding bad fights or keeping them in too prolonged. Nagash's heals, as long as we're keeping an eye on them, I think we should be good to go. Alright, so all of our normal infantry, archers, spirits, Again. Forward. I'm gonna send them across. No one's on the towers for now, so let's go ahead and send the boys in. Nagash is our guard. Move up and try to take these walls before they actually send anyone up there. We'll try to layer on the arrow fire a bit. Wanted to keep him back for the start. Looks like they're going to keep some archers back to cause problems for our Flappy boy. Man, he moves so fast. They're going to need to layer down some heals on our bone golems. Looks like they're having some trouble getting in onto the gates. Ooh, a nice usage for their swarm there. Ooh, I realize we don't want you probably on the walls, simply for the fact that you might accidentally slip and fall off. And the rest of the boys then. Archers, you go ahead and start tearing up this unit here. We'll have the Morgas kind of flying around. You can go ahead and chase down these skeleton archers there. He had no problem getting out of the fight before. I'm gonna have Nagash heal up Kevin. I said have Nagash heal up. Where'd Kevin go? I'll have to wait, I guess. Still send the demon puppies through the walls. And away they go. Them being completely random does hurt their usage a bit. Be so far forward. Pull back. Come on, get through those gates. Might just weaken them a bit. Awesome. Ripping apart these skeleton archers. They take a damage back, which is always weird to see. Alright, the gates are down. Go straight through. Gash, come on around. I will take 15 more seconds off the timer there. And the spirit host in as well. All as one big group. Reapers work together. You guys just gotta hold this front line here, like so. Kevin, come on in and hunt down King Nekhtep. Drop down the heals of Kevin now. Just exactly what I was trying to do previously. And we summon in all of our grave call over here behind the units. I think he has any matched combat animations. So far, the animations look like they're pretty well done. That's awesome. Keeping them locked down. We've got our summon of extra units coming on in as well. We'll send the quick pools with the poison through. Have our zombies kind of get to work on who they can. Summoning 3 units is cool. Can't lie. We've got some Dark Riders as well. Let's go ahead and summon them in here. Spirit hosts, let's go ahead and have you all work together on these 2 guard halberds. You're out of the mage. Interesting. Oh, we got bogged down in a group of spearmen and the enemy lord. Very well done from the AI there. I've noticed the AI started playing a lot more cheeky lately too. Summoning those 3 units of zombies, they don't last very long. Heals for Kevin. He needs them quite badly. Trying to send the spirit hosts through to help out as well. They should be able to rip in pretty well. They're all archers. Fire on these Tomb Guard. On down as well. Get to work. He's a bit wasted back here rolling around with all of the enemy archers, but what can you do? Can't pull these spirit hosts through. A lot of our units stuck up on the walls. Spirit hosts, you guys come back. I'm gonna have this one surge through into these skelly archers. Kevin, come on in and try to hunt down King Nekhtep. Though we did lose some of our, I think that's just our summon units, so that's just fine. Come on in for another grave call. Pull the bone daddies back behind. Well, they almost lost their entire unit upon being spawned in. Throw it around and try to bog that unit down. We'll try to get all of these important units behind Nagash. Having that incredibly low leadership is really working against them. We'll send the puppies up the hill here. They all completely went the wrong way, ripping through my Ethereal units instead. Alright, here comes the summon of Ushabti. Let's go ahead and actually just get up on the walls. Man, our Reapers were doing nothing the entire fight. Bring them back here and lose both of our bone golems. How unfortunate. And those archers are almost gone, finally. Coming on back through. Alright, take two. Doggos of Doom. It's like they all once again went the absolute wrong way to just ripping apart my units. Okay, well, that first spell there is a traitor. Let's have you guys work together on the enemy lord. Came out of nowhere. Yeah, we lost one of our spirit hosts there. Ooh, with all these extra summons, they're just slicing the units apart as they spawn on in. Realized the sand crawlers took that long to get through the enemy walls. Man, should have probably abandoned that quest then long ago. Where is the enemy lord? Pushing on through. A lot of spirit hosts work together trying to eliminate the who the heck are warriors up front there. We'll summon in more Black Knights in but a moment. We'll have them chase down the skeleton archers. Gonna let the ROR unit take a bit of a break there. Have our elite funnel on in. Pull back once more there. Drop down the heals on who really needs it. I would say the Revenants of Morcane. I'd like to not lose them. Get him, Nagash. Revenants come on in with basically full health. This 100% would have been a lost battle. Man, I don't know what these Scythe boys are up to. Half of them are outside. The White King has finally made it on into the battle. Free battle by any means here. We'll have them help out with those archers. His curse is going down, but he's getting dealt with by two of our heroes. Spirit Hose is starting to kind of fizzle on away pretty quickly. Really like to summon in these knights. We don't have enough magic. Come on, deal with the enemy lord there. Lost another. And that's a full unit. Hey, we captured the zone though. Love to see it. Come on in and grab at this point next. You guys crash on into the fray. Could have them due to army losses very soon here. Man, they fought to the absolute bitter end though. As long as Starbrand doesn't find what we're up to interesting, we should be good. Want it over here now. Next, there's Spirit Hosts. Revenants turn around and deal with these warriors that are in your way. Everyone here fight with these Nehekar warriors. Absolutely everyone. Deal with them. Oof, that was a very bitter end. Those posts are gonna fall no matter what. No reason to get them out now. Except the one with the pull them on back. Let them replenish. Well, even though we lost half our army, this Morghast, awesome to watch. There we are. We could have probably been a bit more clever with our heals from Nagash and not summon in the units. I think we've learned that the summons are a bit meh. Heals are always good, though. Several units. Unfortunate. Imagine inside of a settlement, or as long as you can keep the enemy fully bogged down, the hounds that he can cast there are really good. We spent a bunch of magic trying to throw out that first breath spell, and it kept throwing it back through our lines, so that wasn't super useful for us. Definitely would have been better to hang on to the heal spell. Lessons learned the violent way. Right, well, with that Pyrrhic victory, we'll have to do some replenishing on up our soldiers. Glad we brought the Morghast on in. We shall be just clearly occupying Numas. Oh, cool. So it is a province capital, so it actually has access to some actual recruitment here. And some building slots. So besides the Prince of, or the Pyramid of Prince Tutankhamun, which is a pretty solid pyramid there, we have access to special recruitment ones, which give you the actual unit capacity increases. But you only get one per settlement. Deck guns, Vargeist, Black Knights. I mean, I'm gonna likely just go for some more ancient catacombs for the glory of Nagash forever and always. Only issue is those bone throwers aren't great. I think deck guns, I'm sure, would be just fantastic. We have much to decide on, though. We also have the advanced infrastructure. Chasm of Soul, the ground is split in two. Only one building of this category can be built in each settlement. So the Chasm of Souls for some upkeep production and some income. Research rate for the Tower of Dar. Or the Mausoleum of the Damned increases the chance for destroyed units to be brought back. As well as giving us a little bump to our melee attack and nice chunky garrison. income is 5 or more, 15% more, and you can move further. Beautiful. We will likely go for the Chasm of Souls, simply for the income, so we can start fielding more soldiers. But I think with that victory over Numas, we will be time for today's stream. I hope you all enjoyed our kind of first foray into gosh, this has been an incredibly well-made mod. Almost acting as a secondary campaign in Immortal Empires, which by itself is well worth it. We're gonna go ahead and throw the Tempest of Death in. We'll have plenty of upgrades to be had for the next stream. I am going to have made the executive decision. We're gonna have this one replacing Albric of Mortalow's stream. Mortalow's stream was getting limited ads for a unexplainable reason. Unexplainable being they would not explain it. So we'll just move on over to Nagash and have a good time over here with this incredibly well-made mod and have a nice little Legions of the Undeath all the way to the end. I do believe there is a cinematic campaign, more or less, that we shall be following as we go here. Arkan, we're going to go ahead and bring him over to the Desolation. Up and through. We've got a good deal of gold and... Interesting. That was going to forever fix? Huh. The way, I guess. Well, next turn we should be able to fix up Gashazar, but hope you all enjoyed tonight's stream. I'm going to go ahead and head on to bed and get some sleep. Do the same if it's that time for you. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day there. Thanks for stopping by the first stream for Nagash. See you all next time.